Hello and welcome everyone to D6, where I, RCM, bring together friends and peeps all across the internet in order to do a D&D live stream show. Hello and welcome everyone. I'm so excited. This is our second game and all that fun stuff. Why? Everything going? Does everything look good? Noise? Noise. And there is no fan. There is no fan. There is no fan. I turned that all off. You guys can unmute yourselves so I can hear what you're saying.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay. I didn't actually mute myself. I was holding my breath that whole time.
It ain't easy being green. We were waiting for your signal.
Yeah, so, we hear some kind of white noise, so I don't know. Maybe
there's a train passing right by right now.
Yeah, it's not loud.
When he said welcome.
Yeah.
And we all just ignored the signal because we're all too damn shy.
I thought he was talking to the chat.
No.
That was the assumption.
So
everyone in the voice chat.
So welcome everyone to D6. I am of course your dungeon master. I'm sorry for the white noise. Apparently, I can probably switch out the microphone because I thought that everything was.
It's barely noticeable.
Yeah, it's minute. It's really small.
Okay, so it's just like okay. So first of all, before we really get into anything, first sponsor announcements, mainly because that's what happens here. I want to give a huge shout out to the wonderful people over at the deckofmany.com who have sent me some wonderful cards and stuff. I was super excited when I was able to email them, and they have sent me their ultimate beginner's pack for all their deck of many. So they have sent me their deck of many monsters. The art looks super freaking amazing. I've been kind of planning how I'm going to be able to use a lot of these reference cards. The reference cards are extremely useful. They have ones for NPCs, they have ones for weapons and conditions, as well as just the deck of many things in general, in case you ever want to have that in your campaign. But also the deck of many monsters is extremely useful to me because I often just print out stat blocks in order to just throw them onto my DM guide thing here, but with these cards I don't really have to do that, and also on top of that they just look really fancy and super nice. As you can see, some of the art here is super amazing. So with that being said, if you guys really want to up your D&D game, if you're a dungeon master and whatnot, please do go check out the Deck of Many. And second sponsor, of course, I want to give a huge shout out to the wonderful patrons over on Patreon who help support this show and help support my endeavors and all that fun stuff. If you want to become a patron and all that fun stuff, there are tons of links down below. Or if you just want to do a one-time thing and you want to send a donation, by all means, there's also links down below. Whatever goes into the stream goes back into the stream. So all money that goes into the stream is also put back into the stream, and I am super thankful and happy to have as many people that is joining and supporting us as they do. Okay, so sponsors out of the way. First of all, as you may have noticed or may have heard, we have removed one player from the game due to several different instances, and I just as a creator and as a director, I want to say, if you are having troubles like that, or if there is somebody like that, don't be afraid to speak up and be vocal, because stuff like that can become very hidden, and there are things that, you know, somebody that has a lot of, you know, trust in another individual can end up becoming twisted and undesired. So that is the reason why we've removed the player. The character is also going to be taken care of in game, but please do speak up about matters like that. It is very important, and if you present your receipts, make sure that you are very vocal, and also remember to find somebody that is willing to support you in those times of needs as well. And that is all I am going to say about the matter on that. So please, thank you, be good. Please be good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so with that being said, we have two individuals that will be joining us for the games from here on out. Oh my gosh, I'm
friends.
super excited. New friends. First and foremost, we have Malervik, who is an amazing artist that I have that my players have introduced me. So how do you do, Mal?
I'm doing all right.
And I know you'll be playing Canis and Asamar Cleric. I hope I said the name right. I keep saying Canis. Canis. Okay.
Yeah.
And I cannot wait to see what you bring to the table. And then, of course, another friend of ours, none other than Chris Zito, Chris Zito, will be joining us for the future of these games.
Hello.
And you'll be playing Lionel, the opossum wizard.
Opsu.
No, Osmo's superior.
Because I need to be that. I have to be that guy who's like, hey, I want to go somewhere half hype homebrew. Why not? Because why not? You know.
You are mighty need.
All the other races are lame.
Dude, you say that. I was just like, man. All these other races are lame, but I don't want to be a kobold again.
You just want to play a tiny boy. We get it.
You're just a fluffy kobold.
One small boy.
A tiny boy. He's still taller than me.
Yeah, I'm taller than the halfling.
But smaller than the rest of us. That's what really matters.
Right. And so thank you for joining the game, and I cannot wait to see what you bring to the table. So with that being said, with introductions off to the side, let's go ahead, jump on into some quick announcements before we start losing track, and so that way we can go ahead and get on into the game. So first and foremost, my announcements real quick. First and foremost, I realized that I was unable to post a video yesterday. This is because yesterday's video was supposed to be a sponsored video. Unfortunately, things have happened. I was unable to post it. So hopefully that will be posted sometime next week. Also, another video will be posted, which is also going to be sponsored next week. So hopefully we get some more stuff on my end done. I am also currently doing writing and voice acting and all that stuff, and that will be revealed over on the Twitter in case you want to go check out the Twitter. Once again, links down below. Oh, also to note, in case you want to go and find any of the players here, their Twitters and stuff like that, all their Twitter tags are below their character names, race, and class. So please, you know, I hope that you can see it and that it's readable. Please go check them out and do give them a follow, because they also do all the wonderful artistic and amazing things that I have just been mind blown over these past several months getting to know everyone. And that is going to be it for my announcements. So from there on out, let's go ahead, start from left to right for everyone. So Franz, Terrence, what's going on with you? What will be your future?
That's a very good question. In terms of like what is happening as of since the last session, or like currently what we're doing inside the lower sewer area.
No. What do you? What? What are your
What are you
updates per your life?
You're in a sewer?
Oh, are you talking? Oh, so just like in general, what am I?
Yeah,
doing?
if you have anything to
Self-promote.
Yeah.
I unfortunately don't due to NDAs, so I can't say it.
Shit.
So it's kind of like I want to, but I can't as of right now.
Use code words.
Just look out for it in the very near future on my Twitter when it gets announced, and that's really about it. Oh, there is one thing I can say. There is a current upcoming video game that is an indie game by no studio in particular, Project Vergeria. I probably completely butchered that name, and I really hope I didn't, but I am one of the voices named Uriel, who is a big guy with a big heart with big muscles and an awesome sword. So if you want to keep up with that, that's all up on my Twitter. I retweet it, talk about it, and feel free to follow No Studio in particular to learn more information about this upcoming indie game. So there's that.
Somebody just pointed out in the chat. I made a spelling error.
Yeah, a couple.
Gah!
No, he's a human.
Ah,
He's a human. No.
Man.
Listen, I'm okay with this
Human.
human.
Yes.
Shall it be?
No. Okay.
Transhuman McDruid.
We're going to
That's
point
his
out
name.
it's going to be human, dragonborn, and tiefling.
I'll tell you guys what.
That's a nice ring to it.
I will do a poll on Twitter, so watch out for it after the session. I'll put a poll out on Twitter. Should it be human or humand for the rest of the game? Totally up to
It
you.
should be a typo in everyone's.
I think I'm just gonna have Lionel assume he's a humand from now on.
Human.
New lore right here.
Send it past the known human and added an extra letter. Humand.
Those goddamn humans.
Humad, bro.
Let's continue.
Shit, that's good.
All right. Next up, Boo. Any quick announcements that you want to do?
Not really. I mean, I'm open for commissions, but that's it, really.
Okay.
Going back into commission help.
Well, it's always good to know. Bracky.
Oh, not much other than I'm going to be streaming more often this upcoming week for more art practices. So if you want to watch my delirious with practicing anatomy and other stuff, I'm going to be trying that.
All right. Are you slightly impressed by the fact that I said your name right for the first time
Yes.
in a while?
No, it should be Bronchi. You got it wrong.
Is it
Yeah.
Bronchi?
I miss Bronchi.
God.
Bronchitis.
Bronchi.
Brachiosaurus.
I now like this
Birdie.
new lore. This is the first time I've ever heard this new lore, and now I can't wait to use it on him in the future.
Good.
I've read that name and spelt that name so many
times.
so many times. That feels so bad.
It's okay.
Oh God. All right. Chris. Any announcements for you?
Oh boy. Okay, so I do have announcements. I just don't know how far I can stop myself. I stream. I have a set new schedule up for streaming. It's on my Twitter and it's on my Twitch chat, which is twitch.tv/Zito. So even though I did put up the new schedule, it's going to be all null and void for this week because I'll be going to too many games this upcoming weekend.
Oh, I gotta mention that too. I just can't go because it's Pennsylvania.
There's just too many of them.
There's too many
I lost out my chance on going last year, and I'm not missing it again. It's a hometown thing. Like I'm originally from New York, so I have to go.
Oh, fair enough.
So there's that. I mean, you can hear me do more tabletop stuff. I make homebrew stuff, put it on DM's Guild, so I talk about that from time to time. I draw sometimes, and you can hear me DM on TFS at the Table, and you can also hear me play Task the Kobold Ranger on the Unexpectables. So there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You play a lot of D&D.
All right.
I know. I'm. You know what? I'm actually kind of happy about that because I remember the reason why I got into this game was purely out of spite because the first people I played with were assholes. So when that happened, I'm just like, I'm gonna make my own D&D. And the first fucking thing they told me as I was leaving, yeah, that's right. All right, that's fine. It's not like you're gonna make money off this shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
Joke's on them!
Joke's on you.
Damn.
Fuck you,
Fucking
random asshole
annihilated.
players that I used to play with.
That is spicier than the hot sauce that I eat.
the power of spite is not to be underestimated.
No, it is not.
This is correct.
And to know, it's mighty spicy.
Mm-hmm.
Blair's
Muy
Ultra
culiante.
Death sauce.
I'm gonna go ahead and just throw in a nice spicy emote in the chat there for that.
Spice.
Oh, spicy.
Oh, look at that mustache.
All right. So up next is Canis. Any announcements, Mr. Madovic?
I stream on occasion. Now I need to figure out what to do, but I guess I'm going to be streaming Total War, as well as Gwent, on my own channel.
Let's play
And I
Gwent.
occasionally draw.
Can't
Let's
you
play
beat
some Gwent.
all the characters in the game by playing Gwent? Or did I hear wrong? Did I hear wrong?
Witcher?
Did somebody josh me in saying you can beat every character in The Witcher 3 by playing Gwent?
Man, I wish.
So, are you telling me that you could do a Nuzlocke Yu-Gi-Oh run of Witcher 3?
Oh, shit.
That sounds like a YouTube video where it's like, can you beat the entire game by just Gwent alone?
Right.
Send
Maybe
them
I
to the
heard
Shadow
wrong.
Realm.
Although
Can you
that
play
would be
Doom?
pretty cool.
Can you play 2 separate games of The Witcher 3 at the same time?
Mm.
I wish. All right. And last but not least, none other than the amazing Joe Cat.
Oh, thank you. Some of you may saw that I uploaded Crap Guide to Warlock, but I took it down because I want to redo it because I am not happy with it whatsoever. So that will be coming in the next few weeks or so. I'm really going to take my time on it this time. But in the meantime, I will be streaming Pokemon Platinum Nuzlocke on Twitch very frequently because, man, I'm having lots of fun going back to Sinnoh and just dying.
Because it's the best game.
I've lost 4 Pokemon already. It's very sad.
Oh no!
Off to a frolicking start.
I still, to this very day, believe that like the Sinnoh region is probably the best generation of Pokemon.
Damn.
Yeah.
I'm happy to hear that.
For a lot of people, that might sound a little harsh. But no, I love the crap out of that game. I swear to
same
God, I
here.
probably wasted a good majority of my middle school life on that game.
Oh, dude, same.
If not,
I need to
not
get a
my
physical
high school
copy.
life.
Dude, the freaking Battle Frontier was the bomb. Just like so many hours spent. But yeah, that's what I'm.
Giratina is the best legend. You can't change my mind.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Simply
no,
can't.
absolutely. All right, so with that being said, all announcements aside, I believe this is a good place and a good moment where we can go ahead and jump on into tonight's game of D6.
Rad.
Yeah.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome possum.
Let's
Hey.
roll.
And the music is on. All right. So, where we had last left off, our fellow adventurers, after meeting up in Orikani inside the Oubliette Inn and bar, they had found themselves enwrapped in what was one of a blackout government mission in order to try and extract as many survivors from the calamity of Lica Bay. In asking for the mission to be achieved, as many people that are saved is where they will get gold, as much information as they can get from the miasma that is currently taken the entire city of Lica Bay in that within its thrall. At this point, after saying yes, they were sent via a teleportation circle just the stairs above and found themselves quickly within the sewers below Lica Bay, where they had come across 2 very dilapidated Zorns, to which they had quickly dispatched after a quick tussle. So, that being said, as the setting goes, Roland, after being quickly requested to be placed somewhere else, he was relocated to another space altogether. You guys being sent back into the sewer system, find yourselves probably passing what is about an hour's worth of travel through the darkness and the muck of sewage.
Fresh.
And this time, about somewhere along the halfway point, you hear a slight rumble. Almost as if it's not too far, but still within the city, and a rush of air. As you guys get closer and closer towards what you can possibly find as an exit, you begin to see what seems like almost like a purple mist that is beginning to fill your vision. For you, Garu, the sensitivity and the smell of this mist, it's singeing your nostrils, and the feel of it on your scale and skins, it's as if it's a gross, slow molasses kind of feeling. It's super intensified for you, and the taste of it is like metal and acid. and it's so gross, and you wish you had if not for your heightened senses from your loss of sight, you wish that you kind of wish you had that sight, because the entirety of your other senses are just dragged down by the miasma.
Something sinister lies ahead. We best show caution.
Okay, from this point, I need everyone in the sewage. I need you all to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh
Yeah,
boy!
shit.
All right, great.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. How did we hope?
All right.
Fuck.
Saving throw.
That is a 4.
I have a 5. Huzzah!
Uh,
An 8 plus 2. It's a 10.
Okay. All right.
11 plus 4, so 15.
15. All right. All right. So, who got the 4?
I did.
I got a 5.
Okay. So, Urzer, you just barely passed.
Oh, good.
Wait, what? Oh man.
Oh man,
So-
Why am I the only one who
Gar.
failed?
that means I didn't.
Garu, for
You pass
the
out.
next hour, your speed is halved.
Oh shit,
no.
that's not good.
Yeah.
Ooh.
The sickening miasma and the fact that it's so intense to you from all your senses being affected, you can't help but kind of need to take a breath after going so far.
Don't mind me. I'll be fine. Just you go on ahead.
Boy, you're not looking so good. You're all right there,
Well,
friend.
Admittedly, I could be better, but at least I'm not dead.
I gently rub his belly.
Oh,
There we
Maybe,
go. I know Truffles likes a good belly rub whenever her stomach's aching.
Oh, did you roll
well,
for
it
truffles?
doesn't really. Oh shit.
Oh no.
yeah.
I'm just mentioning how Urzer likes to rub
Wait,
Truffles' belly.
Did you roll for truffles?
The truffles.
Oh shit, no I didn't. Fuck.
Oh no.
Damn it.
Reverse-
You probably roll better than me.
Alright, so hypothetically, and I'm not saying this happened, but hypothetically, what would happen if Truffles rolled a 1?
Oh no, it was worse.
Oh no!
I'm sorry.
Hold on. You need to roll D100.
Because
Well,
Yarrow, I have a confession to make.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Truffles may have rolled a 1.
Oh
Okay. So, Truffles, rolling a natural 1,
Oh no.
she begins having a sneezing fit. It doesn't just stop at, like, 3 or 4. It's...
Ooh.
and it keeps going and going and going and going and going. And it's like this for the next 30 minutes.
Oh Jesus! Oh, after rubbing our dragonborn friend's belly, isn't that right, Truffles? And then he sees Truffles sneezing. Oh no! And he quickly.
There's drainage out of this huge pig snout.
For those new joining us, Truffles is Urzer's giant boar companion.
Yeah.
And now
Urza
Gar's gonna
quickly
start
runs
like
over
sneezing.
to Truffles and starts patting her like on the belly on the side. Oh, it's all right, girl. It's all right.
Would River be able to do a medicine check on them to see
I-
if it was affecting
I,
them?
I was gonna
Stop.
say, Franz has a pretty high medicine check, and I was gonna see if he would go and walk over and kind of like look over Truffles.
I like that you guys are taking care of Truffles and not.
Both.
Just keep giving those belly rubs. They'll work.
yeah.
We are taking care of both.
Okay, go ahead and roll a medicine.
You want those both to roll, or you want just one?
You both can try.
Okay.
Okay.
It's like Dragonborn.
I got a 17 plus 6. I got a 23.
23.
Garu, I have a
Hi.
1.
Wait, what?
But you
But
got
I'm a
half,
halfling.
right?
Oh no.
Oh,
good.
Wait, you
boy.
rolled another one?
Yeah, but that's a 2. +2, 3.
Yeah, there we go.
Sorry.
What is with your rolls? Jesus.
They want River to die.
I bless the fact that River is a halfling right now. So
So 4.
Let's hope this isn't the start of another streak.
Okay, so so River, you have no idea how to help this animal, considering that you've not one with nature. Your background as a mercenary teaches you how to take care of a person bleeding out, but not really take care of a boar that's sneezing a lot. Franz, kind of going over, you can definitely tell this is an effect of the miasma. It seems as if it's a slight chaotic magic, being a druid, just being within the presence of this purplish mist. It kind of gives you the vibe that being within its effects can cause a majority of issues, especially when it comes to the body. And that's the reason why also Garu is kind of walking a little slow as well.
He just places he just places like a hand on Truffles and just is slowly petting her, and he looks over at her and he just goes, this miasma is not doing the best for her.
I like to imagine while you're doing this in front of the camera, like taking care of Truffles and giving this information. In the background, River is punching Garo in the gut. Hoping that makes it better.
Strong, get in there.
I don't think his acupuncture is working.
Well then,
Just barf it out.
we better keep going then. Come on, let's.
Would it, Yarrow, would it be too much for Franz to use part of his like threaded kind of wooded punch liner to kind of like shield Truffles' snout from like breathing in too much of the miasma?
Unfortunately, due to the effect already setting in, it's not going to change much of anything. This is kind of half mental, as it is affecting their will rather than it is actually affecting them in a really physical way. This is the reason why it's not a con. It's more magic than it is con.
Okay. Franz just like turns to Urza and just says, "We'll make sure we'll get her well before we get out of here."
Oh, thank you, friend.
It's not a problem, but let's go ahead and continue this mission before we all start feeling the effects ourselves.
And
Are there any other creatures down here, like just like alive or dead at all?
From what you guys can see. Oh, I threw my thing over there.
No, not your thing.
It's over there.
I'm just going to say River's going to cover her face with her scrub.
Franz and Urza, what you guys notice is you guys are kind of walking along, and to anyone else that wants to try and make the perception check, Franz and Urza, just from what you can immediately see as you guys are kind of looking, because of the dark nature of the cave, both having dark vision or being able to see because of being out in the night during the forest, not a lot of light. You guys have pretty well adjusted eyes. You guys are noticing that there are several dead body-like forms running throughout the sewage system at this point. It seems like whatever was in the sewage system was doing its job, like the Zorns. However, who wants to make a perception check real quick?
I would like to.
Alright, go ahead.
To make up for my bad roll. Here we go. 16... 18.
18.
4.
Definitely better than last time.
River, you
Yes.
kind of notice what everyone else is kind of noticing. There's just bits and pieces of bodies and other dead bodies. Urza, what you notice out of the corner of your eye, there's something really, really strange. It does not look humanoid at all. It seems to have a curved shape, almost crescent. There seems to be like red, bloody tendrils kind of coming out of it. What you think might be a head seems to almost have like tiny malformed faces all across it, and as well as what looks to be a place where a hole would be, as kind of like an exhaust, I would say. This thing is very dead. There are a lot of puncture wounds inside of it and blunt force trauma, but this thing is nothing you've ever seen or heard of before. It looks terrifying.
Ugh.
And the fact that there's just one dead here, it probably goes to show whoever was taking care of this town beforehand definitely dealt with whatever it was. But that's all you can tell from what you can see.
Ah, gross.
Alright.
He says out loud.
Alright, so after what is another half hour of traveling through these sewer systems, you finally see what looks to be a large opening in front of you. The mist now a bit brighter, probably from the pale moonlight as it is reaching through the mists and the obscure cities. Not too far off, you do see what looks to be a slight glowing form standing near the edge, kind of off to the side, not really noticing. And your guys' footsteps through the water, it notices as it turns to all of you. You see what looks to be these burning blue eyes piercing through the mists. Enter
I start pulling out my sword.
Canis.
Well, hello there. I take it you're the secondary team sent here.
Oh, so you're not going to eat us? Good. Urzer steps forward and extends his hand. Hello.
As you
I try
all
to pause Urzer just a little bit. Like, careful. First. Who do we have the pleasure to deal with?
As you all get closer, you see a man in very fine armor, nice plate mail with what looks to be a blue and white motif with a symbol around his neck, representing what is known as the Platinum Dragon God Bahamut. His sclera, or the what would be the white part of his eyes are black, but his irises are deep platinum blue and slitted like a dragon, but what looks to have a form of a human being with pushed back silver hair.
Boy, that looks expensive.
What does?
No.
Oh, he's really bright.
Entire armor.
Chain armor.
So other team, does that mean you were sent here with a team of your own?
Yes, I was.
Where are they?
Did not make it.
Oh, I'm sorry, friend.
And you hear what seems to be a slight squeaking voice as he kind of runs up from behind and sitting upon the shoulder of Canis, what looks to be a possum-looking humanoid individual with a light grayish fur and these large round eyes with what looks to be a swath of white hair kind of being pushed back up in a very spiky form. And
Well, Canis, are there actually any people at? Oh, huh? It actually is friendlies.
Oh, what the heck are you? Hello,
Wonderful
friend.
gods.
Hello, new friend.
I have told you before not to crawl on me.
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm sorry. Lionel just kind of climbs down him, stands to his side with his hands crossed and not crossed, but he folds his hands together and puts them in front of himself. Sorry about that. I forget that not a lot of the tall folk around here like that sort of thing.
Anyway, as far as introductions go, I'm Canis of Host Metilius, second son, as well as Marshal to the Order of Bahamut.
I'm just
May I have
Lionel
the pleasure of
Middle.
speaking to?
Well, it's nice to meet you both. Seems like you have done a good job handling yourself down here.
Yeah, you could say that.
And were you sent in to do the same thing then? Get rid of this whole, figure out what's going on with this miasma. Save
That would
some
be
people.
correct.
Bits and pieces extra for me, but yeah, more or less the same thing.
Have we ever heard of House Metilius?
Have you ever heard of House Metilius?
We in general, I don't know, like
in
a
general?
noble house.
I mean, from the general aspect of like royalty, Metilius is pretty well known, kind of being parked next to the House of Hope, being the house of which the goddess of the Silver Truth and Song is where she gained her residency 100 years ago, and within that position, kind of people came up and came around. Metilius kind of being the house adjacent to that, and also being very devout followers of Bahamut. That's pretty much all you know. Definitely within the inner circle of Aurario.
They even sent any noble down here?
As they did, yes.
Well, considering that a couple of our party members are a little bit sick, and this whole thing is a little bit more than we anticipated, a few extra hands wouldn't go astray. What say you?
Can't think of a reason not to.
Perfect idea.
Then it's settled. More
Well-
hands means more likelihood we'll get out of here alive, and I would like to feed Truffle some nice food after this. She deserves it.
All right.
Pardon me, Truffle?
What you two didn't notice at the beginning, as these other four individuals come out of the sewage system, you see what is this hulking, huge, boar-looking individual, or boar, as it kind of it's just barely big enough for her to kind of get out, and she finally drops down. You notice that she is no longer sneezing, but her nose is very, very leaky right now.
Boar like individual, or just boar.
Just a boar.
Straight up
just
boar.
A boar.
I didn't think we'd find one of these down here. Mostly, don't they just be in the forest?
Oh yes, but Truffles, she and I go way back. She's raised me for a long time, and I owe her my life. So we consider ourselves good companions, partners in crime.
Well, your partner's kind of got a little, it looks like she's got some allergies going on.
She
A little
raised
bit.
you?
She sneezes right next to you, Lionel, and there's a huge glop of mucus right behind your ear.
Ha! Eh.
Yeah, like
Little
Lionel
bit.
just like flicks his ear. Huh, gross.
Gross.
And she begins to walk up what is kind of this runoff ditch area where a lot of the sewage kind of just comes and goes. As you guys finally make your way up to the top side of the street, you're kind of met with what is this this slightly blackened city. The lamplights that would have been lit by this point are dulled out. There's a strange air of uneasiness within the city, and what is now another sound, as everyone had heard earlier. It's another, almost like the dull sound of lightning, not too far off.
Hmm.
What do you guys do?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was just going to ask Lionel and Canis, have you spotted anything regarding the miasma or any of the strange portals that have been happening?
Have we, Shen?
You guys have only come across one portal, and that was the portal where a bunch of Gith came out and killed your other party members.
Oh,
and
good.
that was when you guys decided that it'd probably be best to retreat.
Great.
We
Thanks, I hate it.
Well, we saw a bunch of those humanoidish looking creatures kind of just step out of a portal and almost slaughter most of us, and we thought it would be best to probably hightail it out of there.
Were you able
Did
to
you
close it?
We were lucky enough we survived.
Regrettably, no. So,
Did
We
you
can
see
close
anyone
it,
trying
then.
to escape?
Did we?
From what you know, the people that you ended up saving ended up getting into the sewage system because that was the only escape you guys knew how to. You saved about 10 people. That's as many you were able to manage to get them to escape, but that was pretty much it.
We have a
Beyond that-
few.
Yeah, beyond that, you guys kind of stood guard and kind of waiting for whatever further instructions was necessary.
Well, if you were in the presence of one of those portals and were not able to close it, we might be able to take care of it.
appreciate the enthusiasm.
It's mostly in order to prevent more guests to come in.
Well, it would make my search for a certain someone in the city a little bit easier, so I don't see any other reason not to.
Sounds like a plan.
All right.
What are you looking for?
Oh, I met a fellow wizard on my travels, and he was asking me, he was whisked away when all this hullabaloo with a bunch of portals and Miasthma was about. He asked me to look for his assistant. And hopefully the poor fella's alive, and I'll be honest with you, it's also a kind of a double thing here, because he gave me access to his library, and I can't read some new books.
You got any description?
I was not... do I have one?
The
'Cause
only
I was-
real description that you were able to get before he had to leave was it was one of his own shops within Lica Bay. So the shop name was Arvello's Arcane Assets.
I only have the storefront's name. I don't really have anyone else. I'm just hoping I could find a living soul in there, and that's about as much information as I got on that.
So we have a couple of options here. We can go back to where you guys encountered this gift portal and try close to one of our special artifacts for it, or we can go look for your. I'm about to say query now. The person you're looking for. Maybe they can give another fellow wizard. Maybe can give us some information regarding the miasma. What do you guys think?
I believe information on the miasma would come first and foremost, but my best guess as to gain it would be to capture one of these Gith who are invading.
That's going to be kind of hard to do, considering how strong these things are.
We can scout the portal area.
Well, maybe strength can be taken away with a nice little bolt of fire if we find someone else who has a little bit more capabilities than that. As Lionel holds up his paw and like whisks up a little firebolt.
Oh, I like that one.
Alright, it's just firebolt kind of arcs off into the mists.
Oh no, he didn't like actually fire. He just like held it aloft in his hand.
Just
Makes fun.
showing off.
Yeah, he's just like just showing off that he actually has magical prowess.
With prestidigitation.
Like, ooh, fire.
I vote we go close the portal.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Can you lead us to where you had this encounter?
Of course.
Lionel kind of like shrinks at that.
Don't worry, little buddy. And I pull out my shield.
Alright, so you
I'm happy
hold,
Canis
again.
will take point.
you hold your shield aloft and I'm gonna say
Although River goes little buddy when she's smaller.
alright. So you guys spend the next 20 minutes kind of traveling. There are no longer landmarks after what was the destruction of Lica Bay. However, from what you guys can tell, someone can make Canis or Lionel make a investigation check.
Sure thing.
Oh boy.
I have a +5 in that, actually.
I have a +0.
Yeah, +0.
A 13 for
19.
Canis.
24.
24?
Huh.
Okay.
Well then.
Holy shit.
Well, my 13's worthless then.
I'm sorry.
So, so Lionel, with your keen mind and high intellect, you kind of, no matter what your panic was, you were kind of able to detect the direction from where you guys came from, where that portal was. You guys spend the next 10-20 minutes traveling and making sure that nothing is nearby or ready to attack. At one point, you guys see some shadow kind of move off in the distance, but it's not enough for you to kind of go after it. So you guys press on as it is within the same direction of where you guys were going, but it kind of ducked out and moved out of the way fast enough. By the time you get back to where you saw where the portal was, it's gone. It closed, or something had closed it, but it is gone.
Oh, well, now I'm gonna seem like a liar because it was right there.
Someone probably got to it before us.
Is that a good thing?
It is a good thing, but no. One likes to brag about this kind of stuff.
It may have been the Gith who had closed it, meaning it will probably be opened again.
So far,
Or someone
you
could have
guys
closed
have,
it entirely.
Yeah, so far, you guys have traveled more southwest into the city. From this point, you guys are in an area where there is about 3 buildings. Lionel, make a perception check real quick. Just
Can do.
because the mist is so heavy.
Here's a question, because as per one of my abilities, if I place a perception check with the use of smell, I can get advantage on that. Would you rather me roll that or roll with eyes?
Roll with eyes. This
Okay, fair
won't
enough.
Be smell.
Of course. Okay, what's my perception? It's a soft 20.
Soft 20. All right. So as you were kind of inspecting around, you notice one of the buildings, slightly ramshackled, kind of still holding its position. You see the sign that is barely dangling off of a single chain link. Looks to be the logo of Arvello's Arcane Assets. The door adjacent and broken off, and very dark inside.
You see Lionel kind of like knock on Canis's armor on his leg. I don't mean to be selfish, Mr. Canis, but there's the shop I'm looking for.
Well, I guess that's as good as anything else we can do right now. Let's check it out.
All right. So do you all of you follow?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
All right.
Which, by the way, I have a question. I remember when we got here, it was raining, I think? How's the weather at the
It
moment?
was raining outside, but strangely enough, inside the city, the rain is not reaching the ground. As far as you could tell, it is... The mist itself is kind of just absorbing the element. And that's why it's so thick right now.
Oh, so we can see like the rain above us?
If you look up and you try to see where the pale moonlight is shining, you can see the slight distortion of what would have been raindrops, but it's not reaching the ground.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
You said the mist was thick, so is it just really damp as well outside?
It is. Since I'm assuming you guys, after being here for so long, you've already passed your wisdom checks. You can tell there was a slight shift from when it wasn't raining to when it is now raining, and the slight shift is it's as if the humidity and the water on your skin is kind of making it slightly unbearable, but you're powering through it.
Okay.
So, you guys... So, everyone walks to Arbello's. Do keep in mind, Once again, there are about 3 buildings within this area.
I'm gonna keep an eye in, so there's no like ambushes or anything hiding.
Okay.
Hiding.
I want to. Is there windows in front of the shop?
From the side that you can see it, there's no windows to the first 2 sides, aside from what looks to be a large stained glass that seems broken on the door itself.
Is it possible to peer through?
Oh yeah. As you walk up close, and it's in all that darkness, the building kind of looks sort of empty. There are items on shelves, and there's a counter that is moved slightly adjacent from what would be a pristine part of the entirety of its layout, because it seems like everything seemed to have had its place, because as you're looking on the floor, the line where dust would have built up is moved, and it's kind of terrifying to look at.
Well, I'm gonna find some way to sneak in, because I'm not too sure if there's gonna be something waiting for us in here.
Go ahead and make a stealth check then.
Here I go. Not a good stealthy boy. Not at all with an 11.
11? Alright, good to know.
You like everyone going in to roll it, or?
So, as you walk through the door and you're kind of just staying as low as you can and sneaking and staying to the shadows, as you step inside, there is nothing immediately that you can see. You're kind of interviewing the entire building, kind of looking at it the best you can. As you kind of turn the corner, looking down at the floor, you notice that there's a slight clearing, but a big piece of rock has hit one part of that clearing, and as you are walking along, you hear a slight crash below you, like, and what seems to be very violent steps, as if it's kind of running up towards below you. You hear, "Hello? Hello?"
Lionel will, like, stand up, like, just kneel down, and then knock on the floor below. Yes, hello?
Someone's there. Hello? Dominic?
Yes, no, but I was sent here by Dominic to actually find an assistant.
Me? I'm that person!
Oh, that's great. Where are you? How do I get to you?
There's a door, slightly closer to the side of the wall, to the right. No, left. I'm very dehydrated.
No, it's all good. All right, well, I follow his instructions.
Everything okay there, Lionel?
As you are walking over, the big piece of stone from the building is currently on top of a door. The trap door.
This might be a little bit more difficult than I anticipated. There's a big rock blocking the way.
Oh, so that's what it was. Damn.
Ooh. Garo's gonna hear this and say, do you need assistance?
Oh, yes, sir. If you think there's a way you can actually assist with this giant big old boulder.
Alright then, I'll try. He's gonna try and lift the rock.
Right.
Or at least move it a bit.
Lift the rock.
So go
Yeah,
ahead and
I believe in you.
make-
With this one finger.
Yes.
Go ahead.
This
and
monk,
make
strong
a,
boy.
strength check.
Oh boy, here I go. +3.
You didn't want help that? Oh.
Alright, let's see. That is a 17.
17. All right.
Total or?
Yeah, total.
So as you grab this rock, it is about Give or take 15 inches in diameter. It's definitely made out of the pure stone that is local within the area. So as you begin to lift it, it probably weighs close to about 150 to 170 pounds. Garu, with all the force that you can possibly exert, lifting with the knees, not your back,
Of course.
you manage to just lift it about an inch before you kind of jiggy backwards and slowly drop it. Get back up. Drop it. Get back up. Move back more. Drop it. And after what is about several minutes of doing this, you manage to finally get it away from the door. And you hear a slight coming out from below. There is a long brown-haired young-looking lad with what looks to be spectacles and little tools for spectacles all around it. He seems to be wearing a well-fitted uniform with a blue vest with what looks to be the logo of Arvello's Arcane Assets. As he comes up, he is very thin, and also looks very dehydrated and probably could definitely use some sustenance at this point. As he's coming up and his eyes are adjusting, oh, I must thank you, all of you. And he opens his eyes and he sees what looks to be a small rat man and a big dragon man standing in his shop. Oh!
Lionel just waves.
Joke say. I'm glad to see that you're safe.
See.
I was taught not to judge. Hello, my name is Arfin. I am Dominic's assistant here at Arvello's Arcane Assets.
Yes, Lionel Middle. I hold my hand out to. I hold my little tiny claw out to him. I was sent here to find you.
He sticks out like 2 fingers, which seems to be about the size necessary for the size of your hand. Hello, how do you do?
Oh, very well. It's really nice to meet another wizard. I don't get a lot of them back home.
I'm not a wizard. I'm simply someone that just helps Dominic around. I have no real arcane abilities.
So a servant.
No, he hires me, he pays me, just not recently, because of, well, all this.
Do you know anything about all this? I mean, with all this miasma going on and all these creatures coming out of portals?
Not much. I've been down here for the past month or so, surviving off of whatever rations were down below, as well as the magical items that I was able to pull downstairs.
If you don't mind me saying, your boss, that's a little silly that your boss left you here for an entire month.
Well, there was only so much that we were able to get out. I thought that I would have been able to make it out myself, but something here is messing with the magic. He gave me this, and he pulls out what looks to be a small round orb. It has a slight greenish tone to it, with several arcane lines and designs within it. This was supposed to create a small gate that would have brought me back to Aurario, but it's not working. And I don't know why.
Can I roll an Arcana to see what the issue might possibly be?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Oh boy, here I go beat a spell boy.
Does it look like the orbs that we got?
No.
Okay.
Those look like giant crystals is what you have.
Oh, crystals.
16. Rolled an 11 plus 5.
As you kind of inspect it, this seems to be a crafted magical item, And as you kind of inspect it more and more, kind of determining where the weave comes in and out, this is supposed to be a gate stone. And as you begin to inspect it more, it seems like something is kind of tearing it apart. Like when a magical item uses the weave in order to go from one place to another, as a gate spell would, unfortunately, this is not doing it. It's almost as if the chaotic nature of the mist has cut it and has kept it from using it properly. As you begin to walk around the shop, it seems like several items in here have also been affected that way. However, there are about a couple of items that haven't been affected that way. If they were probably removed from the mist, that might change things, but as it currently is right now, there are several magical items within the shop that are just not working at all.
Well, I can see that it's not working. It's probably has something to do with all this weird mist coming around, but if you're able to get outside of the city with any of these items here, I point out the stuff to him that, like, I point out to him which stuff still has some, like, magic inclement to them. I am certain if you were able to get out of this miasma with all of this stuff, it would all work again.
Well, at least I'll be able to keep my job. At least I know it's not me. Well then, if you don't mind, would you happen to know a way out?
Would we?
We know the sewers.
Well, if you don't mind, perhaps catching a few flues on the way.
Flu?
It's pretty nasty in there.
Oh,
A little gross.
that reminds me.
Wait, what?
Hmm?
Nani?
Honey.
Had to roll for
Oh,
the
boy.
NPC.
Nani?
Because he's
Oh,
not
no.
fully
Oh.
exposed to the mist.
Oh, shit!
Fantastic.
He's been here for a month.
He's built resistance.
Inside of an airtight basement, locked under a rock.
That is
Alright.
true.
Perfectly fine.
He has literally been living under a rock for the last month.
Oh my god, he's Vault 101 boy.
He didn't lift the legs. That was his problem.
He's got a tiny frame. You could definitely tell he doesn't lift.
He needs more protein.
You didn't eat your spinach.
CrossFit.
Says the man covered in spinach.
Here, eat my son.
Here, come, have a piece. He just ripped it off his shirt.
Have a piece of my shirt.
Just takes off one thing. It's like, you need this more than me.
Alright, so, as he begins to look around, he's kind of looking for something around the shop, hopefully making sure that everything could still kind of work. Next thing you see is, as he opens one of the cabinets down below, and you can kind of see what looks to be a false bottom, he pulls it off, and he pulls out what looks to be a bag. The bag is very intricately designed, and as he opens it, he kind of sticks his hand, and it goes not just his wrist to his forearm, but all the way up to the shoulder, and he starts trying to reach into this bag as if there is no bottom to it, and he kind of pulls something out.
Lionel's eyes like just go wide seeing this, just like, oh, there's magical shit happening, hell yeah.
Okay, well,
So
at
if
least I
the
know that.
miasma affects it.
Well, at least I know this thing still works. And what looks to be a little metal rod, he sticks right back in. If all of you can please assist me, whatever item that you can still find within the shop that hasn't been removed, mind bringing it to me so I can just put it in the bag, and then I'll try and find my way out of here.
Oh, certainly. I would certainly love to make sure that all of your boss's assets or any of his goodies would at least be able to get out of the city okay.
Well, you want us to just let us tell you to go by yourself?
Oh, no, I have something that I can use. It's just, I just need to know where I'm going.
Well, Lionel just waddles around the shop looking for stuff that he's asking for.
Alright, so,
Sorry.
make an investigation check, to anyone that wants to do it, that wants to help him.
Yeah.
I will investigate.
Sure.
Hey,
I will, however, give him some of my water in my water skin.
All right. As you walk over and he's like, "Oh, thank you very much," and he about half of the water skin goes as he hands it back to you, as he's definitely was
fine.
thirsting for something.
I rolled a 17 plus 5, so 22.
I rolled a 10.
I rolled a 19 plus 2, so 21.
Okay.
Wait, what are we rolling?
Investigation.
Just I find if there's
Okay,
anything
we good?
in here
Mhm.
for the dude.
Got it.
So, all of you find several items. You find what looks to be the crests and shields. You find what looks to be this giant axe with a bone-like face on it. And as he's just holding open this bag, you guys are sticking in these weapons and these items. You guys find what looks to be these crystalline-looking glasses, and that goes in the bag as well. After what is about 10 minutes, you guys find pretty much anything of almost everything that could have been a magical item within this shop, and you just stick it into the bag, and he folds it over, and he slings it over his shoulder. All right, so the exit's that way, correct?
Yes, sir.
And try to point him out as to what directions to take. Warning him of the things we saw down there, though. A lot of dead bodies. That's the reason I'm really concerned about sending him by himself.
You might
you
want
might
to
need-
hold your nose.
You might want to use some of those weapons.
A good idea.
Is it not a good idea to escort him?
He once again reaches back into the bag what looks to be a small metal rod, and as he kind of holds it up, is like, "Don't worry, I should be just fine with this."
Which is...
I
it's a
prefer-
secret.
Little
a secret. If you die on your way out, that's going to be an issue.
Oh no,
For all we know, the Gith will find you first and be able to take all of those magic items from you.
Worst case scenario, Gith.
all right. If you want to see my little secret that much, he reaches to the top of the metal rod, he clicks it, and he disappears.
Lionel's mouth just snaps open.
Go just stands there, like,
Garu, from what you can detect from tremor sense, he's still in the room, but now he's walking out the door.
Oh, what?
So,
That's amazing! Urza
Garu-
goes to where the spot where he once was and starts waving his hands around.
There's nothing there.
He vanished!
Canis
Great.
will stand there with his arms crossed, unimpressed. It would have been far easier to tell us that.
Lionel is just this boy howdy attitude, just like, oh man, I really am in the city of magic. This is amazing. I don't get this kind of stuff back home.
wait, I don't understand. What happened?
Best case scenario, they don't see him. Worst case
Oh, right, you're
scenario,
blind.
there's an invisible corpse.
Invisibility.
That means you can't really see them, right?
Correct.
I mean, yes. I mean,
a
could you
companion-
see him?
Our companion
Well,
Garu here has a condition at the moment.
Garu, at this point, he has left your blind sense and your tremor sense for as far as it was going, but he did leave the building for as far as you did know.
He already seems to be long gone. I guess whatever he did worked.
I mean, did you not see him?
Ooh,
He was right there.
Urza leans in next to Lionel
He's
and
blind.
whispers, he can't see, but
I
don't
have a
tell him that.
I
Gar-
have a condition.
Lionel kind of just holds his two little paws to his mouth, looks up at Garu. He takes one of his fingers and escorts him outside. Like, okay, come on, let's go.
Okay. All right, thank you. I really appreciate it.
I'm so sorry. Come on, let's be on our way then.
Okay.
This kid has no fucking clue. He's just this kid's just all about oh man, I did a goof. I have to make it up to this person.
He's so
Our
wholesome.
seeing eye marsupial.
All right,
Oh.
you guys, at this point, as you are all still kind of fucking about in the
Give
shop.
me 1 second. And River is going to pull out a note, a parchment, and she's going to write down a second name. Like, that's 10 gold total.
Actually, fair enough. Before we leave, is there anything I can find in here that I can take as proof that we actually came to the shop?
From your investigation check from earlier, you do kind of see that there is several different little patches of Aravella's arcane assets, as well as what looks to be a stamping system, kind of just, to slap onto the side of something to say, this is approved by, this shop.
Oh, excellent. I'd like to take the stamp.
All right, and you take the stamp and you bag it.
Right on.
I'm gonna say, at this point, guys, though.
Yes.
Is everyone in that building?
Yep.
Yes.
Well, actually, Garo was being guided out by fucking Lionel, so...
Not deep to the entrance.
Yeah,
basically.
I guess me and Garu were heading outside at that point.
Alright.
And we're following.
At that point, Garu, Lionel, as you guys are looking out the door, you see something shifting within the mists. As if it's like a distortion and a twist.
Can you sense it with tremor sense or blind sense?
You can't, but Lionel.
Well then, Lionel.
Oh,
As
Lionel
you've
just like
witnessed- You've witnessed this before, as it has happened before.
Oh no. I kind of like pull on Garu to stand still.
The twist and tearing within the space that you can see, somewhere around 80 feet, 90 feet in front of you. As the twist subsides, you see this large cracking sound like lightning and thunder coming down. What you guys have been hearing from far off in the distance is the sound of portals opening and shutting. This one, as it rips wide open, you feel the rush as if screaming winds are coming through. Burning fire as it begins to flare out the side of the edges of this portal. And through it, you see 4 tall, skinny, but long-faced looking individuals. Kind of adorned, one being adorned with a golden shoulder pad, and others kind of having certain coppery feels to them. As they begin to walk out.
Throw the crystal, throw the crystal, throw the crystal!
Oh no.
There's
Someone
one
throw
that
the fucking
stands in front of the others as they all kind of wait for his command.
Miss Gar, I don't know if you could see them, but and I know you have a condition, but we have people just swept out of a portal.
Oh, well, I could notice that.
Unfortunately,
Oh,
Truffles was not able to make it through the door, and Truffles is kind of standing as still as possible. She's standing next to the door, but she's as still as possible, almost
what
as
a
if
good
like
girl.
a statue. She's watching the entire thing too. As these 4, one as he looks back to the other 3, and he barks, "Find the rest. I want more for the slave ships." And 3 begin to walk. 1 to one building, 1 to another building, and 1 towards your guys' building. And 1 stands next to the portal.
oh dear. Lionel kind of just like hurries back inside and looks to everyone else. They said that we have bad people coming down the street. One's coming this way. They want slaves.
Oh.
Those sounds
What?
Alright.
Was it more
At
Gith?
that point. Now, I'm going to need everyone to start rolling
No.
initiative.
Oh.
I have
Initiative.
Did we establish who kept the crystals, by the way? I have them marked, but I don't know if I was the one who kept them.
Yeah, I don't know if I had one of the crystals too.
I do.
I think I took one, yeah.
Franz, I know Roland had one, but I'm gonna say for the sake of the argument, that got
I
transferred
take it.
over to Urzer, and then
Okay.
River, you'll have one too.
Very well.
I rolled a 7.
Oh,
Oh
we're
shit,
rolling
that's right, we're gonna
additional?
roll.
That's right.
Before we,
Way!
all right.
I have it.
So
See here.
I got 17.
25.
Uh,
No 25s. 24.
I
23?
got an 18.
I also have 18. What's your dex?
My dexterity is a.
Whoever has the highest dex.
It's
Mine's 14.
Mine's a 16.
All right, you go first.
Okay.
I have 19.
Frank.
I have 17.
Canis got a 2.
All right.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna say okay.
River 19.
River, and then Urzer.
Not Urzer. Whoever else that rolled an 18.
Oh. Franz, was that you?
Yeah, I rolled an 18.
Yeah,
Okay.
friend. Demi.
Franz, then Urzer?
Yes.
Okay.
Urzer. Alright, 17? 16? 15? 14? 13? 12? 11? 10? Really? Guys, wow.
Lionel?
Jeez.
9?
I rolled a 7, so
Okay.
Oh no.
8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Canis on 2.
Candace on top.
Damn.
Jeez.
I have a -1 dexterity modifier. And I rolled
It's all that
You
heavy
lads
armor.
go last.
Wait, Garo, where are you?
I'm 17.
There you
We
are.
need to do a 20 to 25, a 15 to 20.
Yeah.
We'll make them
Good.
6.
2 down. Now I have my.
It's all that heavy armor weighing you down.
It's that, all that money.
righteous heavy armor, man.
Days full.
Privilege is heavy, man.
It's all that motivation weighing him down.
Dante.
Too slow.
You're not worthy to be my opponent.
All right, and then.
Lionel has no dexterity.
All right.
You switch files.
All right, here we
Focus
go.
gumption.
All right. So.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Here we go.
That's a
Hello.
lot of dudes.
So,
This is where you guys are, and then.
Oh, I gotta
Gith,
roll for truffles. Hold on.
Gith. Oh, truffles too.
So sorry. So sorry. Truffles is a 12.
so those who are in call, who are new,
What's,
you can go
what's
to the
Truffle's,
Discord links to the screen there.
What's Truffle's dexterity?
+2.
What's the score?
14. Wait, no, shit. I'm looking at the wrong. No, that's not. No, it's it's +0. Shit. Okay, then that's a 10. Never mind.
Yeah,
Sorry,
would you use
that's
the
an
boar
11.
stats? Like the regular
I
boar
pulled
stats?
up the wrong. It's boar stats. It's Dex is 11.
Oh,
I gotcha.
My
Good to
bad.
know. Good to know. All right.
There we go. I'm gonna keep that on my screen.
All right. So. For the sake of the argument, one building here. This is
Yep.
the building you guys are in, and this is another building here. Right here is the portal. Gith, 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 Gith.
Okay.
All right.
yellow people are kids. Okay.
Yep. Yep.
Oh,
All right.
fuck.
So top of the round, River.
Have they noticed us, or they're just walking on our way?
One is walking your guys' way.
There's no way out of here, right? It's just the door.
Yep. There's only one door.
Hmm.
Fuck. Has he noticed truffles?
As it gets closer, he probably will.
Shit,
But
man.
Truffles is like stone right now.
She's being a good girl. I'm proud of her.
Yep.
I'm all
Bird just
about
flew into my
action.
window.
So- Oh boy.
what?
Oh,
I
good.
heard that.
Mm.
Yeah. It seems to happen a lot since I've cleaned them.
That's a bad omen.
Birds are stupid.
I want. So, I heard about the slavery thing, and now they are approaching now. I will attempt my best to. I can move through people, so there's no need to count like extra. So, I'm going to move forward out of the building as close as I can get to to that geth.
You
Sword
make
and
it,
shield in hand.
you make it right up to the door from what you can see.
I wasn't able to move that far. 5, 10.
Uh, you can only move 5 spaces. You were able to
Yeah.
get out of the building.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Shit, I'm covering people. I'm just going to dash action. Once again, as close as the gift. Trying to get their attention.
3.
I just go, 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 go.
Alright, go, 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 go. Alright. In doing so, you've gained the attention of the Gith over at the portal and the one that was walking towards you guys, and he turns towards you.
Yes.
Alright.
It's going to be my turn.
Alright, that'll be the end. Alright, so. Next up is Franz. You are right here.
All right. So right now there's 2 gifts that have their attention on the river, correct?
Yes.
I want to move outside, but I want to use Misty Step to kind of go out unannounced so that they're not able to see me.
Okay. That goes up to
And-
about 60 feet, right?
Yes.
So where do you want to land?
I want to land somewhere near the furthest gift from river.
So this one right here?
Yes.
Oh.
Right here. Alright.
All right.
So, Franz, as you cast Misty Step, you find yourself kind of going around through the door and avoiding all the people. You immediately find yourself in the middle of this plaza area, and as you appear, the other Gith, as he notices the shift in the mists, goes, and he kind of locks eyes onto you.
All right. I want to take my quarterstaff in hand,
All right.
and after that, I am going to take a defensive stance.
All right. Good to know.
And that should be it for me.
All right. Good to know. All right. Next up is Arzer.
Okay, I am going to take my action to hide, do the hide maneuver, so that I could mayhaps stealth around in the mist a little bit better.
You are right here.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna try and go out and just lay low.
All right.
And on my way out, I stroke Truffles' back a little bit to try and comfort her.
I'm gonna say you're gonna be able to get up to Truffles.
Okay, all right, but he's laying low.
Yeah, he's laying low. As you manage to kind of using the mist to your advantage, and you're kind of shifting around.
Mm-hmm. That's his turn.
All right, that will be the end of. All right, Garu. We're at
All right,
the door.
Garu.
Yep.
All right, how far can I move?
As far as you're able to.
Shit. All right, no, like in space wise, can you like point to it?
Like
a general range outside the door.
Here, so you
Also,
can-
do we still have like half movement speed or?
No, that ended a while ago.
Okay, gotcha.
So you can
All
get
right,
out
then,
to about this area.
All right then. Noticing like the forms of River and Urza going into position, Gar's gonna like go out in front of the GIF, right outside the building, and get their attention.
Yeah, you can get right about up to there.
All right, he's gonna parlay a bit. If that's cool?
So,
Oh, you want to talk to him?
Yeah.
make a persuasion check.
All right.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, here we go. Oh shit, that fell off. That is a 12.
You pacifist.
What do you say to him?
State your business. We're trying to find people. We don't want to accidentally hurt you.
Meanwhile, the tiny river on the side with a Stalton shield, ready to kill someone.
I'm ready to stab a fool.
As you say this, an earful to this knife-eared looking individual, as he looks to you, peering through the mist as you kind of walk out with all your swagger. He smiles and says, "Your skin will make a very nice pelt."
Well, I would respectfully disagree. And he's gonna use the key point again to patient defense.
Oh, okay. Alright, good to know. That. Let's see. 2, 3, 4. Alright. Not too far off, you guys can hear a scream coming from one of the buildings. Seems like there was somebody inside that building, kind of being holding down the fort. And that is going to be that turn. Truffles!
Would you say there's at least 20 feet between Truffles and that one baddie boy?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, then Truffles is gonna just plow on forward and try and knock him down with her little charge.
Alright.
Where if she makes an attack with at least 20 feet of movement, she can possibly knock them down.
Yeah, he's well within 30 feet.
19.
19? Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay, let me roll a d6.
Nice.
That is 4 damage, and it has to make a strength save, DC 11.
DC low. Alright.
Go, Truffles, go!
Get him.
That is going to be a 10,
believe
so
in
he
you.
fails.
Okay, he's
Nice.
knocked down, prone.
4.
Huzzah!
I'm so proud of her.
That is Truffles' turn.
4, Mom.
Poor mom.
Alright, good to know. As much to how much this mist is annoying her, she immediately turns and she's all like, "I don't want my friends to be hurt," and so she goes into a full bursting run, almost kind of sliding close to the portal and just jamming one of her tusks into the side of this guy and just knocking him on his ass, and you hear a large "Oof!" as he slides across the cobblestone. All right. Next.
Initial D-bore. Da-da-da.
He's gonna get up.
Boar,
He's gonna have his movement.
gonna step on the
Boar.
board tonight, baby. Yeah.
Gonna run with the bar. Okay. Kind of pissed
Initial
at
B.
kind of pissed at Truffles now. As he gets up, he's all like, "I like your fur," and he's gonna make 2 attack rolls on 2 Truffles.
Shit, no!
Oh no.
Ma.
Boy, golly.
Mom?
All right,
Not
so
poor,
the
Mom.
first
Not
attack
righteous.
is going to be a 18, and the second attack is going to be a 14.
Shit! Yeah, she's down.
Damn it!
Hold on, I have.
Wait, she's dead already?
That's,
No.
that's to hit.
She's-
That's to hit.
That's the hit. Yeah.
Oh, that's the hit. I see.
Oh.
Yes, both hit. My bad.
Don't scare us like that.
I was like, wow, that's a lot of damage.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage for all the force to take.
This stick is going upside his head.
All right, so that is going to do 20 points of damage in total as the sword slashes into Truffles. There seems to be almost as if there's a slight wave of energy coming from the blade as well. And Truffles is badly hurt, I would assume. Being 20
Truffles
points.
is down.
Oh, Truffles is down.
Oh no!
Truffles has 11 hit points.
Oh,
She's
no,
out.
Truffles.
No!
Son of a bitch.
You are so lucky.
Well,
You are so lucky.
Mm.
Twice the amount of damage would be an instant death.
Oh.
1 point off.
Okay.
all right, all right,
Okay.
all
Second
right.
session and she would have already been dead.
Well,
No, 2 points off. Sorry.
Okay.
hmm.
Yep.
Still not good.
Yeah. Oh,
Two
no,
lives must be exchanged for 2 more.
And
Don't put that curse on Lionel.
No, it's a if anything, it's for fucking Truffles and he who shall not be named.
all right.
Mm.
So
Oh,
and then
no,
he's
the
gonna
board.
spend the rest of his action with the rest of his movement, making his way towards Franz, and that is going to be the end of his move. Lionel, you are at the door.
Okay, so yellow friend over there is being ganged up by almost everyone else, correct?
Yes.
Alright, cool. I want to move outside into a range that I could see him, and then cast Hold Person.
Mm.
Mm.
5, 6.
Well, not like near... Yeah, like that.
There you go. Awesome. All right. So,
Alright, casting Hold Person on asshole in front of me.
All right. That asshole. Okay.
Yep.
What's the roll he needs to make?
Sorry, first time caster.
It's okay.
Zimming.
Hold Person. It is a Wisdom 13 he has to beat.
City. Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Alright, he is paralyzed.
All right. Let me get my little marker here. There we go. I have all the
Shame ring.
toys.
You're like, oh, this guy's like, I'm gonna get you skin, Dragonborn, and then just like he just halts.
Ah, skill. Not
And,
this armband.
As
Giant
Lionel's holding
armband.
holding up a big fucking like a big stick made out of oak, and it's gnarled at the top with a tiny gem in the middle of it, and he's pointing it at him.
All right. So,
Oh, he has a staff.
so I'm
cool.
assuming that's your turn.
Yep.
All right. It is going to be his turn, and I'm assuming he needs to make another wisdom check in order to beat
Wisdom DC 13. Yes.
DC. Okay.
Is it at the end of his turn or start of his turn
No.
he makes his check?
That's the effects of paralyzed. I'm not 100% sure on that.
He has to spend an action to try and beat the DC, which he didn't.
Ah.
So that's going to be the end of his turn. It's going to be this guy's turn.
Lay into him.
All out attack, let's
Kill
go!
him.
So, as it is now this guy's turn as he enters. You guys hear from this building too, screaming, "No, no!" Just large bellowing screams from what sounds to be a big individual. And
Oh, you guys hold person, right?
I cast Hold Person on the guy in front of you.
It's at the end of their turn. So yeah, they won't be able to do anything after that.
Canis, it is now your turn.
Okay, so the Gith closest to the front door has already been paralyzed?
No.
Oh.
Yeah,
to the
this
door of
one
the
right
building.
here, yes.
Yeah, that one's been... Okay. I'm gonna take it. I'm that miniature with that blue border inside the building there?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to move out the door, and would Franz be within 30 feet of me?
Yep, Franz is within 30 feet of you.
Okay, I'm going to step out, and in the center of the party, these Gith Yankee curs, slay them like the dogs they are! And raise his mace and cast Bless on himself, Franz, River, and Garu.
Nice.
Ooh, nice.
Mm.
Can you tell us what Bless does?
All right.
Bless, let me pull that up. The effect of Bless is that you bless up to 3 creatures of your choice within range. Okay, so it would be myself, Franz, and me, Garu, and River. So, that was up to me and 3. So Franz, River, and Canis all get the buff, not Garu. Sorry.
It's okay.
Whenever a target makes an attack roll or a saving throw before the spell ends, the target can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to the attack roll or saving throw.
It's like a mini bardic inspiration.
Yeah. But for everyone.
Yeah.
And it's constant as long as I concentrate on it.
Okay, good to know. Alright, so. The stage is set, my friends. It's now just time to start doing some attacks. Starting for the top of the round, River.
Okay, quick questions.
Yes.
One, giving someone else a potion, is that a bonus action or an action?
It is an action. Taking it is a
Okay.
bonus action.
Okay, second question. To turn off the portals, do we just need to throw the crystals from what they
Yes.
told us?
That's what you were told. You just had to take the crystal and basically chuck it into the portal, and it should shut.
Okay. And it's huge, so there's no way I'm going to miss that.
Oh, there.
Outside of a nat 1, here we go.
Oh,
Don't
boy.
curse yourself again.
How good
just
are you at
saying-
baseball?
I'm just saying.
Keep in mind, you rolled like fucking 3 1s in a row.
The only way I cannot miss is if I toss myself with the crystal. In I go.
It was a worthy
I'm proud to make the sacrifice.
I am going to get close to where Truffles is, 25 feet to my left, I think. Well, in the direction.
All right, you get up to Truffles.
And I'm not going to give this get the chance to escape. So I'm going to throw the crystal inside the portal.
All right, make a dexterity check.
Okay, it's fine. I'm good at dexterity.
Are you sure about that?
Are you sure
It's a
about
projectile at this point.
Okay, it's good. So it's a 14 plus 4 plus 3.
Phew.
Okay. So, as you take this crystal out of the bag, it's about the size of your upper torso. You kind of throw it overhand into the crystal. It goes whoop, and as it passes through the threshold, you see as it kind of lines up between the portal from both sides, and you see as it extends out with this electricity and energy, and it starts to build, and it begins to disintegrate, and then as it rings out along the portal, it almost as if like grabbing the fabric of reality and slamming it shut, releasing this huge boom across the town. You see all the Githyanki turn, and you see the one that was kind of calling out to everyone. He's like, "No, no!" And
Yes.
Yes.
why?
Yeah.
Fear. All right.
And to feed on that fear, I'm going to use my action search and give a potion to Truffles.
All right.
Drink this.
Poured it to the
Take a
wound.
sip.
So as you grab hold of the slightly heavy head of Truffles and you just stick the potion in, you can begin to see it beginning to move its tongue and begins to absorb the potion. So go ahead and roll its health.
2d4 plus 4, or how much was it? No,
It is 2d4 plus 2.
plus 2. That's going to be 5 plus 2.
All right, so 7 points. Truffles heals 7 points. So go ahead and mark that down, Urza.
Yep.
I just
Expend, and my crystal gone too.
I just like the idea that that River turns to the gift. No, yes, and then just like bashes the glass of the bottle on top of the wound. And Truffles gets up.
All right, so
And I'm going to get ready for the upcoming battle again.
Okay, good to know.
Don't worry
All
about the broken glass. The wound healed over it.
right. All right, next up, Franz. It is now your turn.
Franz is staring at at the thing in front of him, and it's just he's seething with rage, but he's trying his best not to let it get the best of him because what happened to Truffles really irked him, being that she is an animal. So he is full of intense, old, disgruntled man rage.
All right.
So
Boy.
Disappointment rage.
Leave Kratos is angry.
what happens is he gets out of his defensive stance and attacks the one in front of him.
Okay. Alright, keep in mind, his attention is not towards you anymore. It was at the portal that is now closed. Oh, by the way.
So you have advantage?
Just slap him upside the head.
No, it's just that his attention is slightly off of what was supposed to be his way out.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying he used to be so disgruntled, he might be in a disadvantageous situation.
So go
Give him
ahead
the stick.
go ahead and make an attack roll.
Kill him.
Whack him with the shillelagh.
Actually, that is what he has going on as like a bonus action at will. He can use Shillelagh instead of using his strength.
Nice.
He would use his spell casting as the damage.
Oh, nice.
Shillelagh's a bonus?
Sick.
Yeah, it's actually a bonus.
Nice.
It happens at will. So let's see if I hit.
You have blessed, remember that.
I got a nat 20.
Oh,
I guess you don't need the
the
blast.
first one.
But his fucking entire skull
Alright.
gets just jettisoned out of his mouth.
So here's how nat 20s work. First, you roll the damage,
Okay.
and then you double the base damage. You double that damage after you've rolled out everything you needed to. So, like, say if
Okay.
you roll like 2d8s and you get like 14, it goes all the way up to 24. And that's how it works. That's what crit
Okay,
damage
so
does.
just multiply it, basically.
Okay.
So, if, say, we had Paladin Divine Smite or Rogue Sneak Attack, we would throw that in and then double that.
Yep.
Wow!
It is.
Jesus.
It is at the
If
pinnacle.
only we had those.
It is the equivalent of your pinnacle ability of being able to fuck up a motherfucker.
Nice.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Looney Tune shit. Let's go.
Go,
This may
friends,
or may
go.
not affect me becoming a Paladin.
All right. Well, let's see what damage I do to him.
Dodgy, can you give me more power?
More
Altogether,
power.
11 plus 4 is 15. So altogether, I did 15 plus. So I doubled that. Is that
So
30?
30
30
damage.
Big damage.
Mortal Kombat X-Ray moved him.
Wow.
God, I was right. You did knock his skull clean out of his mouth.
So this motherfucker
That doesn't
walks
sound
up
physically
behind
possible.
this Githyanki with his quarterstaff, angered and completely seething with rage, the bloodshot eyes of what is an animal companion falling in battle, takes his quarterstaff and whack! A large crack is heard across the entire plaza, and you can see there's a slight crack in your quarterstaff now. But you see
Jesus.
what is the
that was a gift from
equivalent
my master.
of this grayish blue blood beginning to spill out the back of this Githyanki's head, and he starts screaming in pain. Ah! Ah! Still angry and now in pain. He is not looking good, as there's probably a dent in that big old ovate skull of his.
Mm-hmm.
He has brain damage.
It's probably
He has
half a
brain
dust
damage.
much.
He has
Yeah.
brain damage.
You
Lionel
might have a
free-
slight case of serious brain damage.
Lionel
Drain
free-
damage.
Remember that fucking picture I showed you guys of the possum? But it looks, when it looks like in a catatonic state. That's Lionel looking at that right now.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Oh,
Franz
man.
is pissed.
Oh, that's amazing.
I love it.
Alright. I'm gonna say that is the end of Franz's turn.
Mhm.
Urzer. It is now your turn.
Urzer seeing his companion fight for his other companion, just like, oh yeah, that's what you get, you Githyanki bastard, and he's gonna take a shot with his own heavy crossbow. Ooh, my thing fell. I have no death space. Yeah, that's a 12.
12? Fortunately, no.
Okay, well,
as
yeah,
you-
he
As
misses.
you pick up your crossbow, and the mist still slightly thick and heavy, being able to see the two humanoid forms. As you shoot one, it just veers off to the side due to the wind being picked up and kind of blasting everywhere from the portal from earlier, and it's still kind of settling out.
Urzer just shakes his crossbow in frustration. Ah, come on, stupid thing! What I pay you? What did I pay for? No, that's his turn.
What do I feed you bolts for?
Alright, Garu, it is now your turn.
All right, I got a hypothetical question for you.
Mm-hmm.
For the open hand technique, it says I can like push him 15 feet. Can I push him 15 feet upwards, skybound?
That is a good
Sure, you
question.
can him.
Yeah.
That is a wonderful question. Let us see if it lands.
All right. If that's the case, he's gonna start another combo of a quarterstaff again.
All right.
Combo.
So let me just roll for that.
Yep.
Hit DC is like I add to that, right? To the roll.
Does paralyzation give advantage?
It does. Doesn't
Oh,
it?
it does.
I think
Actually,
so.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. So I just add like the +5 hit DC to my roll, right? Or is that just for a save?
See. Paralyzed. The paralyzed creature is incapacitated and can't move or speak. The creature is automatically fails strength and dexterity saving throws. Attack rolls against creature have advantage.
Critical hit. Nice.
I think it's
Roll twice to take the higher.
Yep. So.
All right then.
No, here's the
Gotta
thing. You just need to hit and it's going to be a critical.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah, any
Yes.
attack that hits the creature is a critical hit.
Oh fuck! Let's do it.
Whole person.
Yeah.
First one is 10, and then the second one is 16.
It doesn't matter. They're both critical.
Oh fuck!
Jesus.
Hell
but you need to
yeah.
hit
All
it.
he needs to do is hit, and then the guy just dies.
Now, like, he's gonna follow that up. He's gonna spend a key point and activate Flurry of Blows.
Oh,
Flurry
flurry of
bros.
bros.
Jared,
Hell yeah!
That's when you.
Well,
That's when you head back over to Orikani and just slam a fucker out. All right.
Jared, what that means is that they still need to roll to hit, but if they hit, it is a critical. It doesn't
Yeah.
mean like. Yeah.
Sick. Let's do the. All right,
Yes.
2 rolls, both advantage.
So you rolled a 16 on the first one?
Yeah, no, I rolled a. No, wait, I didn't roll for the Flurry of Blows yet.
Oh wait.
But
So that 10 roll. What was the what was plus the DC?
The plus DC, the plus 10 was so that would make it 15, and the one with advantage would be 21.
21. All right. So that still hits. That attack still hits. So flurry of blows now.
All right. And those have advantage too, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
All attacks against him. for
First
being
one was a
paralyzed.
2.
Jesus Christ.
Next
Whole
one is
person.
a 10. And then that. So that would be 50. No, wait. Do I add the hit DC to the
Yeah.
Flurry of Blows? Oh, okay, yeah. Then the advantage should be 15.
All right, that hits.
For the second roll, that is a 5, and the other is another 5. So that's plus 10 regardless.
All right. All right. All 3 hit.
He's gonna spend another key point to activate fucking what's it called? Shit, gotta fight. Hold on. Shit, let me just take a sec. Yeah, he's gonna use his open hand technique to like push him 15 feet skybound.
All right.
Fucking Shoryuken.
So how many
Good to
hits
know.
hit?
So 3 hits. Go ahead and roll all the damage for that.
And do I just apply critical rules, or is it just like regular
Since they
damage?
all hit, they're all crit. So.
Fucking Jesus!
Whole
Okay.
person's amazing, dude.
Lionel's just
fight
sitting
this
there
guy.
holding his staff, pointing at him. I'm helping.
All right, let's roll damn. Oh wait, hold on. Gotta find the D6.
Racking up another cool one with the boys.
Give me 1 second. Quarterstaff is 2 plus 3. Hold on, I gotta get a fucking notepad for this.
Oh boy,
Shit.
here I go jumping into Light Fierce again.
Shit, shit, can't find my pen. It's
Oh
gone.
my god, bullshit.
Alright,
That's.
now let's see here. That's a D6 plus 3. That's 5.
10.
And for the flurry of the flurry of bros, the first one. Oh wait, shit, that's a fucking D2. Shit, rolling the wrong ones. Fuck. All right. The first one is going to be a 3 plus 3, so that's 6. And the second one is going to be a 4 plus 3, so that's 7. And I multiplies the total by 2, right?
Yep.
He's
Hot
days
damn.
left of this man.
Holy shit, he's gonna inflict 36 points of damage on this motherfucker.
All right. So. Good to know.
I'm about
36.
to end this Githyanki's career.
Oh god!
Is this going to kill him? Because if so, like, I have like a little flare.
It does not
But it
kill
not.
him,
Oh,
but he is fucked up.
Alright.
He is fucked up
So-
as in the 1-digit fuck up.
Alright, that's the case. Can I put a little flare to it?
Actually, hold on. Since he's
Wait, what?
I have to account for the falling damage if he's falling. I have to roll the falling damage. The 1d6.
1d6, come on.
I mean, it doesn't matter. It's only 1 point.
He just fell on his neck and died, didn't he?
Fucking hell!
Broke this man's neck.
I might make it.
So, as basically, you describe how you did this. You did this.
Oh, this will be good.
All right. After seeing the Yif Yankee hold in the chains by whatever it's called, he's gonna like take a stance, go way of the 10th master, pillar of salt. He's gonna combo him and like short-yoke it up in the air with his quarterstaff.
All right. So as he is launched into the air, he kind of arcs across the plaza, and you hear a crack as he hits the other side as he lands on his neck. Snap! And his entire body is limp. He is dead.
I didn't mean to do that.
You could hear the snap too with just the tremor sense.
Catatonic face still on Lionel.
Gar's is sweating. I think I might have been a bit too harsh.
Well, I don't know. I no longer need to hold concentration on the man.
You did well, but there are still more.
You just hear River whispering, I still don't believe he's blind.
Alright, so, at this point, this one, Skith makes it out of the building, and he's dragging a woman by her hair as she's screaming and yelling, and he notices that the portal is gone, and he drops her, and he pulls out his sword, and he starts seeing the rest of what's going on here, and he looks towards you, River, and...
Oh, no. It's Milo.
He's like, what happened?
What happened?
That's as much as his movement will allow him, but that is the end of his turn. Alright, and then... Truffles.
Truffles is gonna try and get out of dodge. She's gonna get away from danger and hide behind her allies. To the right.
It's okay, girl. I take this.
She's just, yeah. Get out of there, Truffles! Come on, hide behind the big, strong people.
She's gonna...
What's that supposed to mean?
There.
It means you're big and strong.
Alright.
And I
You're
trust you.
small and frail.
That'll be the
Well, she's big and soft. Different.
That'll be the end for Truffles right now.
Yeah. She's, and, can I say can she, like, I don't know, just, like, set up to look out, just be careful, be very careful to look out for anyone trying to hit her.
At this point, have Truffles make a perception check real quick.
Okie dokie. Let's She has -1 wisdom. 8.
8. As she's making her way over here, she noticed there's something on top of the building, and she's going. And there's something on top of this building, and from what you guys can immediately hear, there's a slight mechanical sound.
Oh, I thought those
That's
were
it.
for decoration.
Oh no!
Alright,
Eyes up, friends.
that is going to be the end of Truffle's turn. It is now this Gift's turn. Still standing, completely confuddled. He's going to reel around, and he's going to make 2 attacks onto you, Franz.
Okay.
But he misses.
Alright, the...
Wait, which one's trying to attack me? Is it the one that's like bleeding
one-
or the one that like
yeah,
came out the house?
The one you fucked up.
The one with the drain damage.
Alright, so...
Give me all you got.
So his first attack is going to be a straight 13, which I know beats your armor class. And then the
Okay.
second attack is going to be a 5, so it doesn't land.
Okay, so the first one hits, the second one does not.
Yep.
Okay.
That is going to be, that is going to be 12 points of damage as he tries as he makes the first attack and he slices it into your lower abdomen, just not enough to start spilling out your guts, but it does cut you relatively well, and you feel the slight pulse, almost as if something rings inside of your mind and it hurts a bit. And then he tries to make another one, but you manage to just step back just in time before it hits you. And he eyes you, and you can see blood now beginning to spill out the front side of his skull as well. You're going to pay for that. And he's getting ready to kind of come at you again. Alright, and that will be the end of his turn. Lionel, it is now your turn.
Step me back, like, 2 more feet, 2 more spaces.
Right here?
I still have line of sight, and this has a range of 60. Lionel holds onto his wrist, bends down as a orb of swirling light turns into a orb of chaotic elements. I am casting Chromatic Orb at the gift that is facing my old man friend.
Alright. I need you to make an intelligence check real quick.
Sure thing.
What? Oh, magic.
19 plus 5. So, 19. Oh, wait, this is intelligence. Just straight up intelligence?
Yep, just straight up intelligence.
Okay, so 19, 20, 21, 22.
Okay, good to know.
Sick.
Alright, go ahead and add 2d6 to that spell.
What?
Holy shit!
Whoa!
The chaotic nature of the mists, every single time a spell is cast, I just need to know if it's negatively affecting you or positively affecting you.
Go, boy.
Hot damn. Alright, well, I gotta hit this guy first.
Yep, so you'll be adding 2d6 to that spell.
Here I go.
Here I go, casting again.
Here I go, Chromatic Orb. 18 plus 5. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 to hit.
That will
Damn,
hit.
dude.
Fucking sniping a bitch.
I have, do I get to choose what element Chromatic Orb is, or
Yes.
does that happen at random?
For chromatic orb, you choose.
Due to the nature of what is going on, roll a dice to see which one it will be.
The 1d6, yeah, because that's all the elements it allows.
Yeah.
Okay. I rolled a 4.
Roll a 4. I'm trying to see which one.
Necrotic.
Necrotic?
No, I don't know. I wasn't.
He was guessing.
We'll get some.
What's the
It's-
level again?
It's level 1 I'm casting.
Oh, level 1 chromatic orb. Alright.
It is a level 1 spell, but it has the capability to be cast even higher.
It's obviously going to be piss damage.
Trash damage.
Yeah.
Hey.
Garbage. You actually just blasted like a recycled can at them.
2d.
Just don't. Ow! Shit!
I mean, I do have an ability called, I do have an ability which is Minor Conjuration. I could just conjure up any item within reason, any item I want for an
Literally
hour.
shoot trash at them.
I can literally shoot a fucking trash can lid at this man's head.
Okay, good to know. So it is going to do ice damage.
Ice damage. Alright, so that is 3d8 plus the 1d6 you said on top of that,
2d6.
correct?
2d6.
2d6. Oh, okay. Well, let me roll my 8s first. Man, barely get to use these bad boys. Alright, that's 7. 3. 1. So that's 11, and then the 2d6. 1. 6. So 7. So that's, what? Did I say 18? That's 18 ice damage.
Alright. So, as you perform the spell and cast Chromatic Orb, as it builds between your hands, you see the icy blue energy as it begins to flow. You see the mist beginning to pierce into it, and you see it becomes slightly purplishly hue as it begins to kind of marble across it. And kind of worried, you fire it from your hands, and it begins to build up these large purpley ice crystals. As it rings around and it hits the side of this Gith, it explodes and it begins to encrust his entire body, and it runs all the way up, and you see as ice crystals don't just appear on top of his skin, they almost look like they are protruding through his skin as it begins to run up, and one crystal sticking out the back of his neck, and he falls dead.
Hey!
Hey,
Nice.
Hey,
he did.
you got sniped.
I did what?
Hey, kind of bleeding.
Well, that's my turn, unfortunately.
Alright.
Unfortunately, I say, as I fucking just I've sub-zeroed a motherfucker.
You fatality this man.
You're
So many fatalities this round.
Alright.
Jesus.
That will
Wizards!
be the end of his turn.
Whiz boys.
6. This other Gith, as he's running out of the building, as he's hearing all the commotion going on outside, he sees 2 of his allies is dead, probably his commander is dead, and he begins to look, and he looks towards the other one, and they both now prepare themselves for whatever's going to be happening next. And that will be the end of his turn. It is now Canis' turn.
Fantastic.
What is your plans?
He will step forward to the one that just emerged from the building next to him and bonk him on the head with his mace.
Alright.
Bonk on the head.
As you walk up,
Bonk.
he looks very ready for any moment that's going on right now.
A 14 versus armor class, and with the bless, 15 versus armor class.
Alright, that'll hit.
Okay. For a whopping 5 damage.
Awesome.
Bonk on the head.
Bonk on the head.
Bonk.
Bonk.
And that's my turn.
So, you take your mace and you just whack across the head, and kind of just barely glancing his blade, hopefully trying to lessen the impact as best as he can. Still hurt him though. Alright. So, top of the round, River, you are up.
Okay. I can finally gonna be able to stab someone. But I'm going to run towards the Gith that was dragging the woman.
Oh. Over here?
Yeah, that guy. To prevent him from approaching friends who's at the moment hurt.
Okay.
And I am going to attack him.
Alright, go ahead.
Yeah, 1 second. Where is he? There you are. Have a +5. And the bless. Oh, boy, I'm going to need it. That's 8 plus 5. That's 13 plus 4. 17.
17? 17 will
Yeah.
hit.
Here. And damage is going to be 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 points of piercing damage.
7 points of piercing damage. Alright. So, as you run up in order to hopefully gain his attention back and making sure that your friend doesn't get any more hurt than he already is, you basically run up and you take your sword and you just stab him near the side. You manage to cut through some of the slightly padded armor that he has on him, and as you pull back, there's a bit of blood kind of trailing from behind the sword. And he's like, I like small ones. They do the most amount of work.
Like closing portals. Took care of that. And I'm going to end my turn.
Alright.
River turns, bitch, please. Just whacks him in the kneecap with the shield.
Alright, Franz, it is your turn.
So Franz he's bleeding, he's pissed, he's upset, and in this bloody ridden rage, he throws his freaking quarterstaff around and transforms into a lion.
Whoa!
Whoa!
He is
Meow.
on pissed.
Oh. I know where I
All
put
right,
them.
Druid.
Lionel.
Shut up.
Once again, because I don't have
Blade's dead.
I don't have that miniature in specific, but I do have this dog. I do have this metal dog.
But he's a lion at heart.
Yeah. All right.
It's a Shaysha then.
So what Franz is gonna do now, he sees the gift next to River, and he charges at them and bites down on their body and shakes them as hard as he can before throwing them, if he can do that.
Okay, so go ahead and make an attack roll then.
All right. I have a 16 plus 3, so 19.
That'll hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yes.
So as you swing around and slap the staff down, you transform into this large looming tiger, piercing through the mists, and you run up and you basically pounce and dig your claws deep into the side of the yellow-skinned Githyanki, and you bite down. You begin to kind of just almost gnaw and tear as you jump back. Some of its flesh is now missing in your teeth.
Good.
Yummy.
Damage-wise, I do 6 plus 3, 9.
9. Good to know.
As he's ripping his flesh off, he just bursts in his face. Just, I don't know, he's just angry at this point. He's probably going batshit insane.
Oh,
Fucking angry lions. Nothing to scoff at.
Oh yeah.
It'll scratch you.
Don't fuck with the Papa Lion.
Do a lot worse than scratch you.
Once.
Alright. That is the end of Franz's turn. It is now Urza's turn.
Urza is going to move away from the building to try and see or hear or perceive what he can from the top of it. Because supposedly there was some sounds up there.
Alright, so as you back up, let's see your perception. Plus it is 14? Okay. So, as you look up and with the assistance of Truffles kind of alerting you, you look back. There is this almost box-like thing holding almost like this mechanical-looking spear, complete of slightly brassy gold, and there's like this strange face deep within the boxy, its boxy form, and it kind of spins the top half on these two geared wheels, going.
I love those guys.
And it is it's speaking some celestial words that probably make no sense to you, unless you speak celestial.
Let me
does.
check. No,
Yeah.
I.
Garu does, actually.
Oh, Garu?
Oh.
As well as Canis.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
so Canis and Garu, from what you can hear from the sounds that it is making, it is simply, I am not here for combat. I am here to witness. And that is all as it is saying, repeatedly over and over and over.
That's worrying.
All right. Well, then I guess Urza's just gonna take a shot at the one that sweet big lion boy is. It's like, all right now. Come on, please give me a good roll. 16?
That'll hit.
Okay, finally, a good roll. Yay! Look at
Nice.
that. All right, D10. There we go. 10.
10?
So that's a 8 plus 2. Just a phone.
Okay, good to know.
There we go. I always knew I bought you for a reason.
Alright, good to
Stupid
know.
crossbow.
You take your
That'll be his turn.
crossbow as you lift up and you look, go thunk, and you see as it pierces the upper end of its thigh, and he's like, ah! He's screaming as this arrow is sticking out of his leg.
You might want to pipe down. I hear big cats like to play with their prey.
He's just growling in his face.
Alright, so, that is the end of Urza's turn. Garu, it is now your turn.
Alright, Garu is gonna go up by Canis and he's going to do an unarmed strike against the Githyanki Canis is up against.
Alright, go ahead, roll an attack.
Alrighty-o. That is... Just add a DC. That is... Hold on. Yeah, it's a 17.
17? Alright, that'll hit.
Alrighty-o. Let me just get the right dice. That's a D4. That is a 4. plus 3, that is 7.
Alright, that is 7. Alright. So as you walk up, you literally see as he has his eyes piercing,
Oh, shit.
looking up towards Canis, you coming out of the mists as if like something like just completely out of view until now. You walk up and you just straight up sucker punch him across the face, and he goes, ah! You see a tooth go missing and scatter across the cobblestone.
Please refrain. We do not want to kill any more people.
As
The
he
lion.
You don't.
As you just see the bloodied, broken corpse behind him.
right?
Maybe you don't. They hurt truffles.
All right.
That's crossing the line.
That will be the end of Gar's turn. It is now this guy's turn. He knowingly knows he's gonna spend his action looking at Franz in tiger form, and he's gonna make 2 attacks onto him.
The lion boy.
He is a lion.
Lion.
Alright. The first one is going to be a 10, and the second one is going to be a 14.
Oh, are these to hit or like get off of him?
To hit.
The first one doesn't hit, but the second one does.
Okay, good to know.
That lion ain't lying.
And that's going to do 11 points of damage.
11 points.
Yep.
Well, I'll tell you what happens. He hits Franz, and I have to do a saving throw.
What's the HP on the lion form?
Oh, the HP on the line is 26.
26?
Oh wait, am I still using the damage from before when I got hit by the commander?
Oh no.
No.
When you go on.
Yeah, I don't. You gain the HP of the creature that you take form of. And then
okay.
whatever damage is left over goes onto you.
Okay, hold on. Let me.
So you're still in lion form at this
Yeah.
point, just taking 11.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like 30.
Okay, so let me just 11.
After all the hit points from the lion goes down, then you get thrown back into your regular form.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, that's why
So really-
druids are a bitch to knock out.
Because they have 3 health bars if they keep wild shaping.
okay. So
Mm.
he hits at and it does hurt, but it's just making him angrier.
Okay. Good to know. Alright, so that is probably going to be the end of his turn. Truffles. It is now Truffles' turn.
Truffles is going to get by Urzer, and can she pick him up in this turn? Because that will make Urzer a little bit more mobile if he can ride her around and shoot stuff on Boarback.
For the sake of the argument, as she's moving around, you can jump onto her, and she has another 10 feet of her space to move.
Okay. Yeah, he'll hop on, and she'll start heading towards, what is that, to the left? River? Is that river to the...
Yep.
Next to... Yeah. Start heading that direction.
Alright.
Yeah.
Managed just to pull up. Urzer, because you noticed that thing from earlier, as you get closer to this building, as you guys are running closer and closer, you notice there's another one, only this time less intricate in a box-like design, only this one one in a round-like design.
Oh, I love drums.
And you could hear as it is repeating the same thing what the duodrone was saying. Just like, I am not here for for combat. I am only here to witness. I am not here for combat, only here to witness.
Could you witness quieter?
I don't like the look of those things.
Shouting back at it in Celestial.
Oh, yeah. Alright, and so that will
You
be
sort
the
of give me the heebie-jeebies.
That's the end of Truffle's turn. Lionel, it is now your turn.
I have a climb speed of 20. Can I get on top of the statue that's in the fountain?
You would need to make a acrobatics check, but I would say yeah.
Okay, well, here's a better question. I need to be in a position where I can shoot this guy and not hit any of my companions. Can I get into a position that does that? I'm trying to hit the guy that's fighting River and Urzer.
Wait, is climb speed a race thing, or is that...
Yeah, that's a racial thing.
Oh, then never mind. Yeah, you just literally, like, as you jump across, you see the statue, and you climb up on top.
Little furry thing.
I also have this ability that allows me to hang upside down by my tail with no issue if I'm wearing no medium or heavy armor.
Scurrying up the thing.
Hey, there you are.
So, with my new gained height, I'm gonna cast Firebolt at the Githyanki.
Alright.
Oh, shit.
Go ahead.
Here I go, rolling magic again.
It's over, Githyanki. I have the high ground.
For Christ.
Oh,
You underestimate his power.
I do have to roll that other thing, unfortunately. So what do I have to roll?
roll intelligence. Just
Here I go.
Oh my god.
7, 8, 9, 10.
10? Alright. Good to know. Alright. Go ahead and roll that. So go ahead and roll the attack roll, and then...
Alrighty,
go
well...
from there.
Lionel takes out his hanging upside down, takes his staff and puts the crystal part into his palm. It creates a small ember of fire, and he chucks it at the Githyanki. I'm gonna deal. This is a 1d10 since it's a cantrip.
Okay.
9 fire.
Alright. Good to know. So, as you start the incantation and it builds up, and you fire it, it hits, which, go ahead, record the damage.
We got to record the damage.
Record the damage. He is not looking good at all. He looks very beaten up. However, Lionel, as the incantation completes, you see as the mist begins to kind of form a slight ring, and suddenly you hear a loud screeching sound in your head, and it does 7 points of psychic damage.
Ah!
Uh-oh.
Fuck!
Oh no.
Oh boy.
He hears
The
voices in his head.
squish idiot gets fucking All right. So,
At least he has the high ground.
He does have the high ground.
That's
All
something.
right, full.
19 out of 26.
Ooh.
Alright, so that will be the end of Lionel's turn. It is now this guy's turn. This guy, looking at the heavily armored, slightly glowing cleric, he's just gonna turn towards the monk, and he's gonna make 2 attacks onto Garu.
Alrighty. So I just roll the for my armor class? Oh wait, no, never mind.
You're not gonna fucking believe this.
No.
Oh no.
He rolled
What?
2 natural ones.
Yeah!
I literally just picked up the dice, and I rolled it, and they both landed on one, and I'm like, how'd you do that?
He's intimidated by our motivation.
Now you messed up. Now you fucked up.
Ultraviolet intensifies.
So, knowing that the shining, glowing fucking cleric standing next to him is ever so peeringly, he kind of doesn't want to even do this, and he kind of weakeningly kind of throws the sword your way, and you're like, what? There's no strength behind this at all. You're slapping it away.
That's just
He's just
pathetic.
there for the paycheck.
Yeah. It's just basically like Canis like looking like crossed arms, looking at him down with the, like, just looming over as a giant form to him. All right.
Standing
Oh my-
there, menacingly.
Does
Yeah.
he just? I'm sorry. It's just the whole pathetic.
You're not worthy to be my opponent.
Candace, it is now your turn.
Okay, this.
Pathetic.
Smite.
Yo, can we blast Ultraviolet, please? Just please.
Well, if he's already this scared of me, I guess there's no harm in just keep wailing on him with the mace.
Go ahead. I don't think I have
Continue
ultraviolet, nor do I think I'd be able
Damn
to
it!
the copyright.
Yeah,
Damn it!
So that's a 2 plus my mod is 6. Plus the bless 8.
You just
Yeah.
feel so bad for him that you're just gonna stand there and smile. He's just...
I do this for you as I crush your skull in.
Yeah. So... feeling as
Oh my God.
super bad for this guy, you just kind of go, nah, not even worth it. Okay. It is now River's turn. River.
Very well. I'm going to use my free action to yell at everyone.
All right, what do you
At
yell?
least keep on alive. We need answers.
Okie dokie.
All right.
Way ahead of you. This one already stopped fighting.
Incoherent lion roaring.
As I proceed to.
My
slam
head
everyone.
hurt.
All right.
My child.
Lionel's holding his face. He's hanging upside down from the statue's arm.
Bless still working, right?
What?
Yes, yes it is.
Kiddo.
I haven't been hit, and I've been keeping that up.
Okay, so it's going to be 19 plus 5 plus 3.
5 plus 3.
27.
So it's going to hit, I guess.
Yep, that will hit.
Yeah. It's going to be 5 plus 3, 8 points of piercing damage.
Hmm.
For the sake of the argument.
Mm.
This guy
For the sake of the air.
so fucked. You literally walk up and you just go. You stab him and he kind of feels shocked about it, and he falls over dead.
Okay, so he's falling over. No, I can choose if it's going to be non-lethal. It's like my whole point isn't to keep someone alive.
Do you want it to be non-lethal?
Yeah.
All right. Well, he falls over. I'm gonna say he's unconscious but stable.
Yeah.
All right, good to know.
Lay him on the floor. It's like that episode of Venture Brothers. Can you at least sing "Pump Up the Jam" for me as I slip off into death?
I just broke this guy's kneecaps. Fuck it.
All right. And hold on. As he watches his comrade fall, he looks to the two of you, Garu and Canis, and this Githyanki's all like, "Till death," and he prepares himself for whatever happens.
You stupid idiot.
You keep saying that, but
Oh, what an idiot. Hold person is a domain spell for me.
oh!
However, it is Franz's turn.
Hell yeah!
Bronze, while seeing the other Give Yankee just like keel over, he tries to like steel himself to get his composure back, but as he's doing so, he stares at the other one just a few feet away from him and immediately gets angry again and charges at it. As he's charging at it, he is going to pounce on them and attack.
All right, go ahead, roll an attack roll.
I guess I don't need hold person since we just have the guy being mauled by a lion.
Yeah.
I have a 13 plus 3, 16.
That will hit.
Plus
Go
a
ahead and roll
D4 from
damage.
Bliss.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And plus 2 from being flanked.
Yeah.
Oh,
Damn.
Oh, he's fucked.
yeah,
Yeah, we forgot about flanking, didn't we?
Yeah,
a little bit. Damn. Sorry about that.
It's all good.
it's fine.
He's pretty much already dead anyway. It's cool.
Is he so like am I now on top of the guy?
I'm gonna say yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and roll damage for the first one because apparently, I didn't read this part. Apparently, now that if he's prone, if the target is prone, the line can make one bite attack against it as a bonus action,
Okay.
Oh.
Damn.
and I'm going to rip its head off.
Ugh. Brutal.
Wow, this one that didn't even want to fight.
So
Alright.
basically, the first damage it does is a 5, and second damage. Would I need to roll to attack for the second damage, or do you want me to just do damage instead?
I'll tell you what happens.
Okay.
In your lion form, so pissed off, seeing the other one collapse and you see the other one standing there screaming till death, you turn to it and you run and you jump on top and you begin to maul into this guy. He is being torn from pieces and shreds. You manage to tear off an entire limb. His right arm goes flying off to the side, and you bite down on the head so much you feel the crack of the skull, and with one swift pull, you see the head come clean off. The
Oh.
ripping and tearing of the skin,
Metal.
and you see as the skull goes flying off to the side, and you hear the thud of it rolling around.
He is roaring in victory.
Ah, gross.
I was just like slightly closing his ear, like holding his ears or his ear holes. You're so loud.
Urza pats Truffles and like rubs her back. See, Truffles? He's our friend. He did that for you.
Lionel looks like he's dead, hanging upside down.
He's hanging by his tail.
Canis will
Oh,
just
boy.
take out a handkerchief and wipe his face off from the viscera that just sprayed across him.
Oh boy, I got you, buddy.
Alright.
So the combat's over, yeah?
So, with that being said, considering that the other one is knocked out, but stable, everything begins to kind of calm down as a lot of the mist that has been shifting out of its way begins to kind of settle back into its space.
Urza's gonna head on over to the fountain and help Lionel, or the statue and help Lionel down. I got you, buddy.
And just gather the people and
Sorry about
You
that.
check that building. I'll get this one.
Gar's gonna go into the building next to him and like check to see if there's anyone inside.
Alright.
Franz is weak and actually kind of like hard to maintain his form, so he's actually reverts back to a human and just sits down on the ground to get a breather because he's still kind of feeling that damage from the last attack.
Yeah.
Lionel's got like a metal nosebleed right now.
He's got an anime nosebleed.
So with that being said, we'll start with you, Garu. As you begin to walk over towards one of the buildings, you're immediately met with what looks to be a very elderly looking man. He is I would say much older than Franz. Obviously very pale in the face. However, what seems to be from what you can gather, he is not normally formed. Not like any regular humanoid. To anyone that gets close enough to actually perceive this individual, he seems to kind of have like almost lizard-like scales kind of running up and down his face, all the way down to his neck, but he doesn't seem to have any other lizard-like features, much like any lizardman that you would come across. He's just a slight deformity, probably caused by the mist.
Garu not seeing any of that, but feeling a familiar, like, what would be called, scaly feeling. Like,
From what you can gather from...
like there's an aura about him that just seems familiar.
Yeah.
Or something.
And
Yeah.
as he walks up... Who's there?
Hey, it's okay. It's okay. There was a little bit of trouble outside, but you're safe now. As he says, covered in blood.
Fear not, citizen.
Do you need assistance getting up?
No, my wife, she's sick though.
Gar's gonna like.
And he's like, a moment. And he turns, you can see as he begins to walk and the reverberations from the footstep and the tremor sense, as he walks into the house, it's just a skeleton in the fucking bed.
Oh no!
Oh shit!
And he's looking down, honey, and it's almost as if he puts his hand, he doesn't even notice that there's bones. He's just trying to shake something awake. Honey.
Oh man. Dude. Urzer's gonna gently kind of touch the old man's shoulders. Sir.
Who are you?
We've come to help. And it seems that you yourself aren't doing great either, and you're not well. We need to take you to a place to heal you.
I can't leave my wife.
We'll make sure that she is taken care of, sir. She's just in a very specific, interesting condition.
Make a perception check with disadvantage.
Persuasion, you mean?
Yeah, make a persuasion with disadvantage.
Disadvantage? Shit, man. Come on, don't roll off the table. Okay, well that's a 6, 7, and that's a fit, so 7.
7.
Jeez.
He looks at you and he's like, no, I can't leave her. And
Garu's just gonna like, he's gonna gently tap Urzer's shoulder. There's no reason to lie. It's best to be honest. Sir, you may not believe this.
Stop. He'll pull Gar aside. He might not be completely aware that she's alive or not.
But
This
still.
may not be the best time to break it to him if we want to get him out of here quickly.
Fair point.
We could always take her with us.
Well, yes, of course.
We can get
don't
her
be
the
worried.
treatment that she needs. Outside of the mists.
Most definitely. Here, sir. Let me hold you up. My other friends will carry her out with you.
all right. As he begins to look at you, he noticing you, a large, burly, scaly-looking man, he looks back what is this well-covered and dressed skeleton. She's very frail. And
We'll be sure to be very gentle.
He'll slowly look over to Urzer. How much room do you have in your backpack?
I don't want to carry a skeleton in my back. Are you kidding?
You need
We
something to
don't
be
exactly
carried.
have time to bury her, do we?
God.
Lionel kind of just like shuffles on close by, and he starts like muttering something to himself, and he waves his arms out like he's making a small circle. I cast Tensor's floating disc.
Tensors.
Oh, we're gonna put the skeleton on the
We're
floating
gonna parade her out of here, boys!
Oh god!
It's a middle
Oh, it's a magical wheelbarrow!
At least cover her first.
All right, you've managed to
I guess that's something.
coerce the old man out of the house under promising that you'd be able to transport his wife out. You put her on a floating disc. The bones.
Me rattle.
And you begin to kind of traverse the way back towards the sewage section. However, there is another house.
The other house from where the Githyanki pulling the woman out by her hair came from.
Yeah, that's the one I've been noticing while you guys are fucking around with the skeleton.
Yeah, the one that was by Franz and River.
Franz, River, and let's say, Canis, would you
Put
be...
him on the disc. We'll bring him with us too.
Alright, so do you three handle the other house?
Yes.
Yeah, I was close to that place.
Uh,
I know nothing about the skeleton deal.
Franz won't be able to really move too much. He's still trying to like recover.
I'm gonna say for the sake of the... goddamn. For the sake of the argument, you are taking it relatively slow.
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty much tied up the Ganthy and went after the people that were in the house.
Okay. The gith is tied up. Alright. As you walk over to the house, you see what looks to be a small child and a woman. The woman is very lightly dressed, however, like it's like in tatters, like slight brown clothing, and her hair slightly frizzed, and what looks like there is a slight infection. It's bubbling, and it looks horrifying, almost as if it's otherworldly, and it's crawling up her arm. The boy, however, he is basically like his eyes are being covered by a piece of fabric. He has short brown hair, and it's very much frizzed, and he looks very malnourished.
Ma'am? Are you okay?
Yes, thank you. It just... my head hurts a little.
I'm just going to look at her arm and... may I? Just a quick glance.
And a little wary, she kind of holds out her arm.
Should I make a medicine check?
Go ahead. Go ahead, Dry.
Those bless still work at the moment, or is it like?
It was just saving throws and attack rolls, and it's a minute long, so it's probably over by now.
It's probably over right now. Okay. I do have this. So... medicine. Okay. It's 13, 14, 15, 17.
17? Alright. From what you can tell, this is not a normal infection. It's almost otherworldly, as if it doesn't come from Earthseheimal. The bubbles seem to have a slight... the boils and the, what seems to be growths, have a slight glow. A very yellow, low dinge, kind of color to them.
Does he have like a supernatural kind of deal?
Arcane-wise, from what you can tell?
Arcane-wise.
Yeah.
Mm. How long have you had this?
For a while, since the calamity. I've seen people with this. They don't last much longer.
What about your kid?
I'm sorry?
The blindfold.
He's lost his sight.
Come with me, ma'am. We are going to get you out of here.
I can't go. No.
Why is that?
I've seen what this infection does. My husband fell to it. It twists you. It changes you. It makes you suffer. I've been here long enough to know that.
Is your son infected?
No. No. Just only his eyes. His eyes are gone.
Would you like for your son to stay here?
Can you do me a favor? 2 favors, please.
What would that be?
Please, get my son out of here. And then kill me.
Oh shit.
River stares in silence. Takes a deep breath. Leaves her alone, and I'll go get my companions. We're going to plan what to do from here, but I'll make sure your son is okay.
Thank you.
And I'm going to walk out of the house and signal everybody.
You see the other three walking an old man in what seems to be a floating corpse across the
Floating
plaza.
skeleton, dude.
I'm helping!
The magical wheelbarrow.
20 dudes salute.
Alright. You've also begun to notice that those two machine looking individuals, they are now on the ground. The box-like one is kind of staring at you, Canis. And the round one is kind of just hands in the air, kind of inspecting everything, and kind of from its form pulls out what looks to be small flattened notepad, and it begins to kind of rudimentarily writing down and recording what it is witnessing.
Okay, what's going on here? As I use,
Urza
point at the-
leans in to whisper, this old man, we want to bring him back, but he thinks his lady's alive, but as you can see, she's not quite in the mood. And gestures over.
Lionel holding up the fucking thing like a Destructo disc starting up.
It was far easier for him to believe the lie and get him out quickly than it was to try and convince him to leave a corpse behind.
I don't know how magic works, but I'm not cleaning that thing if it starts to smell like death.
Oh, I have a spell for that. I have prestidigitation.
There isn't any meat. There's nothing left to rot.
Okay, well, we have another situation here, and I explain to the party the woman and the child. So, she wants her son to leave the town, but she doesn't want to leave herself. She wants, to be taken care of.
Urza puts both hands over his mouth. It's like, oh, we can't do that.
Would an amputation work?
There's got to be another way.
That
What's wrong with
infection-
her?
She has an arcane infection, something that ends up in death every time.
If we cut out the infection, wouldn't that solve the problem?
We could try. Anything's better than the alternative.
I honestly don't know. I don't know much about this. It happened during from what she said. It's from the calamity and all that. It's, if any of you have any knowledge of this, maybe have you seen any of this before? This kind of infection.
Where is the infection?
And I point at the arm and describe how it looks.
I'm legitimately conflicted, you guys.
Wouldn't
You and me both.
can I roll a history check or an arcane check to see if Lionel has read anything about this in any of his books?
Go ahead.
Because
Make
if we
make a history check, definitely.
Okay.
Canis has history too, so could you give that a shot?
Oh yeah, definitely.
because if we
Canis, being of the celestial nature and the history behind knowing your lineage, do it with advantage.
Well, that's better than what I got because I rolled a nat 1.
Oh,
hey
Okay,
It was
so
bound to
that's a
happen.
12 plus my mod. I got a 14 total.
Okay. From what you have heard, and from what you have managed to read, there are certain arcane infections from books long ago. Being a cleric, and being a cleric of Bahamut, and being an Aasimar, having ancient knowledge, this is an infection of what's his name? It's hard to say his name because it's a random word. Tharazdun.
Tharizdun.
Thrazdun.
Thrazdun. Sorry.
Oh, fucking
It's an
Tharizdun.
infection of Thrazdun. Being a god of chaos. His hordes are made of chaotic beings. And when he was first created, being a being of chaos, he wanted an army. And in trying to create this army, he would infect other demons in order to do his biddings with this infection. Now, it coming across humans, it will transform people into these beings of chaos. Once you're infected, there is no known cure. It has been beyond history itself.
So it's just a time limit after you see the infection prop up.
Mm-hmm.
Not even amputation.
As far as you guys know.
Well, I don't mean to be crass, fellas, but if there's no known cure and this woman has her kin see a bright future, would it not
That's
be
a mercy killing.
would it be not be a best to just abide to her request?
And
It
her
is the only
suffering.
option.
Well, who wants to do it?
Well, I certainly don't want to take another life. There has to be another way. Is there?
Isn't.
Oh, you heard Canis.
Canis, Lionel.
Hmm?
You remember
I'll
your
take care of
mission.
it.
Wait, what was it?
Canis and Lionel, you knew remember your mission, right?
To get people out?
Not that part. The other part.
Oh,
Let me double check my notes again. I'm sorry.
Whoops.
Let me double check my notes again. I am so sorry.
Don't kill the people. Bring us infected.
Should we draw straws?
Hold on. Let me
If no one is
here.
assigned, I
There
will do
was
it.
a reason why this was a blackout mission.
Oh, shoot. Also, maybe we hold off on this decision since Dry had to book it.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
I'm assuming he probably knows.
Yeah.
What time do we normally end? Midnight?
In about 10 minutes.
So you want to call it here and leave it at this cliffhanger?
Was
I
it-
mean, like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be 100% with you guys. Lionel has no fucking idea how, like, the outside world outside of his village works. So if it's like this was just part of the mission, then he would be obliged to do it.
Oh,
Oh, no.
jeez.
What was the mission?
Oh, I guess we don't know. I guess we don't know what their mission is.
Oh.
We don't know that they have a special mission.
Oh.
Can we ask?
I'm sorry, like, Yarrow, I actually I can't find the other bit of info. Is it possible for you to copy and paste it to me again or something?
Oh no. I will. If you guys wish to portray the rest of this mission to the rest of your party, I will. I will say it.
Mhm.
So, Canis and
We're-
Lionel, do you?
We're in
now
a
we can
situation where we can't exactly hide what we're doing.
Yeah.
Alright. There was another part of this mission that was not portrayed to the rest of you as per the idea that hopefully earlier when this had happened, there was more of this. In the most recent weeks, they were coming to a close, and as far as everyone knew, anyone that is unsavable was to be executed.
Jeez. And I guess Canis and Lionel tell us this?
Yeah, bitter. Like they're just like, well, Lionel tried to say that as a means of like dancing around it, but then he's just like, okay, look, it's part of our mission to clean up anyone who's not completely redeemable.
Urzer starts kind of running his fingers through his hair and starts pacing around.
But why would they order that? Aren't there people that need to be saved?
To prevent infection.
Exactly. This isn't a rescue mission. This is a quarantine.
Is that what you folks call it? Lionel kind of like shrinks a little bit, just like, I'm sorry, I don't know much about your customs out here.
From what you guys can tell, they needed more information on this mist because what it was doing to people.
Okay. Speaking of information,
it's not for the nefarious means of some greater government twist. It is because of how many people have been executed in these streets.
Fucking oof.
Speaking of information,
a lot of bodies in these sewers for a reason.
I was walking on that. I was going to say, speaking of information, and River just turns towards the tied up Gianti. I think we need to talk to someone. And that will be up to you, Yara, if you want to continue.
Alright. Do you guys want to talk to the Githyanki, or do you want to take care of the people first?
We can...
That's up to you.
We could probably carry around the Githyanki for a bit.
Yeah, but we still have to take care of the woman.
If
the
we
mom.
take over,
Lionel is too fucking oblivious to what the fuck is going on that he would just absolutely do it if you asked it of him.
Well, maybe he knows a way to fix this. It's worth a shot.
I don't want to risk her suffering anymore.
But if is it suffering if she asked it?
She's accepted her fate. From now on, it would be a mercy.
I agree. I just wish there was another way.
There has to be another way, right? Right?
This.
Oh.
I'll take care of it.
Thank you, River.
That
was not in character, by the way.
No,
that was not in character.
Worry.
I'm just.
It's a dark world.
Shit sucks.
So, River would just go inside the building and take the kid out for everyone.
Wait, I thought the woman was being taken out.
Woman.
So,
No. Take the kid out of the house.
Oh yeah. Her son.
Yeah, taking her son.
River, as you wake up, the woman, as she's slightly patting the child to sleep, he's very quiet and much more at rest. You see now, only a few minutes have passed, that infection has begun to run up her neck.
Oh no.
Dude, she's gotta go.
Okay, so is the kid out already? Sorry.
Yeah, sure. One of us can take him out.
Garo will carry him.
Yeah.
Garo, as you walk over and you pick up the child, very much at rest and at ease, slight bit of a fellowship considering now that he has lost his sight.
Canis will walk over to Garu and look at the boy's eyes.
Alright.
It's
Canis.
Lift up the blindfold and take a look.
The eyes look as if they have just completely cataract over. The cellar looks grayish and cracked. They look absolutely destroyed.
But it looks like a cataract, not like the arcane infection that's on his mother.
Nope, it is completely different. It's just seemingly it only just destroyed his eyes.
Okay. He'll put the blindfold back down.
Go's gonna softly say, "Don't worry, you'll survive. I did."
Oh.
And River,
Mm.
you close the door to the building and you walk up to the woman. And she gets into an assumed position and she lowers her head and moving her hair up and over with what looks to be a clean shot to the neck.
Ma'am,
Yes.
did you make sure to tell your son you loved him?
Yes. Yes.
May the gods bless you. And she is going to execute her.
Alright. As you draw your sword overhead, and with what is a swift motion, her head comes clean off, it falls forward, and the rest of the body keels over.
This was a mercy. We did a good thing.
Mhm.
It is. We did. It just doesn't feel very good.
It's going
No,
to
it
take,
doesn't.
It's going to take River a few 5 to 10 minutes. So.
Can we use a short rest?
Yeah, we could take a little break.
Really?
And
That
is where we're
You're
gonna end
alive!
tonight's game!
What have you
Yeah!
done?
Lionel, I'm helping!
Yeah, I got my slots. I got my key slots back.
I'm gonna be able to go to the library!
Yay!
He's only 7 years old, guys, come on!
Oh boy.
They live to 30, they mature at 5. He's only 7.
He's a
Oh,
pure boy.
this was Canis's first mission. What's his first mission? Purge the heretics. What?
Oh man, Kino should have executed it.
Oh,
Where's his
God.
impression of a mission?
So,
Oof.
So, in case you guys don't know, when I sat there and said you were playing a heroic campaign, I
Yeah.
never said there were not going to be sad times.
Oh, no,
Obviously.
for sure.
I love this. No, don't
This
get me
is
wrong, I
the
love
this
this.
is the heroic thing to do.
Yeah,
It's just the
don't-
heroic thing to do. Sometimes fucking sucks. And makes
Yeah,
you
don't
sad.
get it backwards. Don't fucking take Lionel's, like, you know, his negligence to
Naivete.
the situation as, like, him being evil. It's just like, well,
He's evil.
we need to do the right thing. This was a request of her. We should probably honor it.
Yep.
Ah, fuck you, Yarrow. You fucking son of a shit.
So choosing people to execute her, like Kanos is like, "You are not worthy to be my opponent."
So,
Somebody,
that being said-
somebody,
Ooh, peasant neck.
so with that being said, hey, thank you all for sticking out with us tonight. We'll be back in about 2 weeks.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Damn.
sorry, that was my fault.
Yeah,
That's all right.
don't worry. Don't worry because one of us is also taking care of stuff this week, so I'm assuming you want to be able to settle out and all that stuff. We will be back in 2 weeks, and as usual, if you guys want to help support the show and all that stuff, there's a bunch of the panels down below to the Patreon. If you ever want to make a donation, all that fun stuff. If you want to help continue produce the show in the future, I really look forward to continuing on this campaign in about 2 weeks.
And we're gonna try and be weekly from after that point on.
Yeah, after
At
that
least
point.
try
Yeah,
We-
as much as we can manage.
Yeah, we're trying to be a weekly show every Sunday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So in case you guys want to know what's going on. Also, please do continue to check out our Twitters and make sure that you guys can follow us there, and we'll let you know all the updates that are going on. I know myself, I'm slowly falling out of busy because I've been so busy for so long. So,
oh, one more thing. If you want to share something regarding the campaign, like any comments, such, hashtag D6DR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is our hashtag over on Twitter. If you want to fan art or if you want to say something to us and you want us to be able to see it, D6DR is the hashtag. Thank you for reminding me, Brecky. I was gonna.
No worries.
Totally
And a shout out to Caitlin37 for the fan art that she posted earlier.
Yeah, I saw that.
I saw it just now.
I didn't get to see anything. I've been all
Yeah,
of
you're
this.
busy
Oh,
DMing.
that's great.
I just opened up Twitter.
Oh my gosh. All right. So with that being said, hey, thank you guys so much for stopping by. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and I will hopefully see you guys next Sunday.
Sunday.
Sunday. All right. Have a good night,
Sunday.
everyone. See you all in a couple of weeks. Bye.
Catch you on the break.
Everybody.
Bye. Have a good time.